You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What is up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. On the potty today, we have our friends in the West, dribblers in the West.
That's it. East versus West.
Well,
East meets West.
East meets West, not versus, because we're friends.
No, East meets.
Now, we met these two, Dan and Will, from the Back Chat podcast. Check them out, very funny. When we went over to Perth for the UFC earlier in the year.
And we broed out.
We had a great weekend.
We're hugging, kissing, smooching, just hanging out.
Ripping and tearing.
Yeah, that's right. They showed us they gave us the keys to the city, so to speak.
Correct. You may remember on the Monday pod we spoke about the fact we went to the AFL game with them on the weekend. They were basically the reason we were so bitterly hungover on Monday.
Yeah, Monday was tough.
And it
was their doing.
Now, Will Schofield, who's one half of Back Chat, is a former West Coast Eagles player, grand final winner. And then Dan is his offsider, has played 0 professional games of sport at all, but is obsessed with the West Coast.
And has a bit of turncoat.
In him, as evidenced by the weekend at the Swans. But great yarn, great fellas. Go check them out on their podcast if you haven't heard them already. Back Chat. Enjoy. Thanks for coming, though. It's good to the big old fucking East Coast junket for you guys.
Absolutely. We were in the Gold Coast about 48 hours ago, and as we're at the departure lounge of the Gold Coast back to Perth, I said, why the fuck are we flying back to Perth
I was about to ask.
2 nights?
You could have rolled out a swag on the floor.
Slept with Toddler. He lives in here.
Yeah, slept with Toddler. That's right.
Even my wife was like, why are you coming home for a day?
Yeah.
Just stay. And I was like,
did you almost think like that you
Asked myself the same
you
question.
should have? Was it like, oh no, I'll come home. Like the wife won't come. I'll come home.
Spoken by a man with 2 children and a wife.
No. I mean, obviously I'll come home, and then they go, why would you come home? And you go, well, because obviously that's like my duty. Like I'm a fucking father. Like, why? What do you mean? Well, you don't want me to come home?
But then when
in your mind, you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
because you've just been given high-level clearance, and you knew all along that it was eyes-up footy.
To be honest,
stay.
though, I mean, I think that we can speak for everyone when, like, women like to give you high-level clearance after the fact.
Correct.
Oh,
When
you
you're
asked
home.
for that, and nuts gone.
When you're home, and they're like, why the fuck are you home? If you had a stay, the question is, where the fuck are you?
Or they'll call you, like, when it is the children are at their most annoying, and they're just in the background screaming, and it's like, I just wanted to let you know how fucked everything is here. It's like, great, okay, I'm
at the casino with $1,000 on red.
I'm like talking to my son like on speaker, like, Louis, go to bed. Yeah. She's like, he's not going to bed. I'm like, Louis, go to bed. All right, he's going to bed. Like one phone call.
Meanwhile, Burley Pavilion's like,
Are you sitting there?
How was the atmosphere at the zoo fight?
It was actually
would have been electric, huh?
It was very good. So people keep saying, oh, a long way to go for 17 seconds into the first round. It was fucking unreal.
Yeah, like, of
See
course,
someone-
like, if you knew it was 77 seconds, sure, maybe. But, like, that's, again, hindsight.
But
you know?
so where he got knocked out, where the big fella copped it, was right in front. We were 2 rows back.
Oh, really?
Got the nice seats there.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah, K Sports.
Well, you wouldn't have gone.
Shout out to Ko.
yeah,
shout out to
shout out K. I think you boys were invited, but you declined.
Well, we couldn't make it.
Okay.
Would have loved to have gone.
Well, it was good.
Conflicting schedule.
Yes.
The busy week, boys.
Yes.
Busy. Flat out.
So you're sleeping, aren't you? Now, the fight before was the Australian
Goodman.
camp. Yeah, Goodman.
Goodman.
Yeah.
Sammy Goodwood.
We've watched Sammy Goodman rise.
Sammy
Yeah.
Goodman. He's the guy with the big bunch of mates.
Sammy Good.
Yeah.
So he
We've
went-
seen him fight in sheds for fucking
Well,
years.
we saw him. Yeah, we've actually followed him around the nation.
Incidentally, thank you to KO.
Thanks to Ko. But
Shout out.
we've
All
seen him
games
do a little
live
bit.
and ad-free during play.
He's come a long way. From the
He's-
shed of
so he was
He
an
was, a fight
underdog?
before, he was a fight before, underdog, 12 rounds, got it done, pulverised his American opponent. It was amazing.
Some Vegas.
And now he's
some
like
Vegas
going to get a title fight. I
Yeah,
was
so
reading.
he's gonna. They reckon he'll be the undercard to Charlo and Zoo. But the point is, he went 12 rounds and it was good, but everyone was sitting there watching in silence. Like it's boxing. Sometimes
It's not. Yeah.
Did he have his fans though?
Yeah.
He had his
But
boys.
you know how I don't know. I mean, I'd never been to a boxing fight. I've been to UFC. Everyone's so intense. Like what? Oh.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like cheering.
Yeah.
And then end of the round, everyone goes nuts. But then Tim Zoo comes out, knocks that bloke out in the first round, and it was like scary. I've never seen someone's eyes like that. Tim Zoo was like murdering. He wanted to kill him.
Can I ask you this? Was Tim Zoo's sister there?
I didn't ask Tim. No.
Well, no,
Well,
you
no,
would have
but,
known.
you would have known.
I
Because
think-
we watched him. We watched him in Sydney when he knocked that prick out. Whose name we keep
We
forgetting.
keep forgetting.
Dave
The
might be able to get
fight
on that.
before
Yeah,
this
and
one.
And Tim's sister was there ringside, just giving it one of the great support acts all time.
But like, you know, you say it's a
Scream.
little bit quiet in the room generally, especially with boxing. UFC I found was different, but you could hear she. Take his soul, Timmy! Take his soul! And everyone's like, Jesus.
Take his soul.
Yeah, no, take
Take
his
his
soul.
soul, Timmy.
Take his soul,
That's
Timmer.
what I felt like his eyes were doing, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like that was right in front of us, and I've never seen someone look like that. Like he was just wanted to murder him,
Yeah.
and he did.
I mean, I feel
He's a fucking dog,
Correct. Yeah,
Timmy
he is.
Zoo, bro. Like, for him to take those fights when everyone was like, mate, just chill and wait for Charlo, for him to just come out and destroy motherfuckers like that.
So what happened was he was fighting a Mexican, right, Ocampo, and he was a good fighter.
Handsome dude as well.
he's a handsome dude.
He's handsome, apparently very respectful, nice fella.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what we were told, right? People afterwards were like, oh, I felt sorry for him. He was such a nice guy.
Sort of guy you let your daughter take, you know.
Yeah, right.
okay.
Okay.
So-
a real gentleman.
So he comes out, he's got the Mexican music playing. It was great, right? Traditional. Zoo's waiting to come out, and they play this highlights tape, and there was a
Yeah.
genuine Mexican banger playing, but it felt like it was the wrong song. The Rose Boys were flying around down there. What company they run?
No Limit.
No Limit boys were running around. Something went wrong, and
So
they
wait, the Mexican music was for Tim.
so he was backstage, but like the backstage walkout, we got the camera and everyone's like, oh,
Because
getting
he
hyped
usually
up.
comes out to Akadaka, Tim.
Nah, so then Tim, they opened the doors. Mexican music got killed pretty quick, smart. and they played Straight to the Bank by 50 Cent. And I've got to say,
live.
it was about as good as
Huge.
I've seen a walkout.
That's
It was-
tight.
I think the Mexican music was deliberate though, right? Wasn't it a bit of like a I'm coming into your
I felt
territory?
A little bit of Floyd
Little bit of
Mayweather
Monica.
De La Hoya when he came out in
Oh,
the
yeah, dressed
sombrero
in
and
a
the
fucking-
Mexican trunks.
That's
That was
That's right.
so abhorrent.
Yeah, I found, and this is to all of our Mexican audience. This isn't meant to sound disrespectful at all, but there's
Here we go.
when I heard, yeah, but
Let me just be a racist piece of shit.
yeah, but I'm racist. No, but like I found, and it happened in the UFC when Yair Rodriguez came out as well, where you're like, this music doesn't, and it's not about me, but it is in this. It doesn't get me jacked up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you see music come out and it's like they're intense and you're like, this is intense, and 50 Cent straight to the bank, like shit.
I remember when
And
you're,
it's like, I know that's not it, but
That's Mexican hat dance.
I know that's
They're
not
in
it.
but they're the songs from the
vibe of
same
it-
pool.
Yeah, the vibe of it isn't like, because there was the one that fucking Islam came out to was hectic and scary.
Yeah.
and
that was
intense.
Russian kill music.
Russian-
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but
yeah.
I was like bopping. I'm like, this feels illegal, but
Yeah,
my hips are
no, they're moving.
they're activated.
But I found with the Mexican walkout music with Ocampo and Yair, I'm a bit like, I'm not that jacked
Yeah, I
up.
know what you mean. It doesn't just
Yeah.
grab you by the sack.
Wasn't it your birthday the other week?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
happy
so
Sean.
birthday.
much. 34.
34. We did have a little listen to that episode. We went on a big drive, do a few things, and put some Hello Sport on, shall we?
That's nice.
That's very nice.
That's very
And
whack
we,
it on.
we heard, yeah, you tried to double dip there in the birthday festivities weekend. You had a big night, and then you tried to
Huge
go
night.
back to the
Look
well.
at him. He's gluttonous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a piglet, but I wanted to go like. So we would get was the birthday was on the Saturday. Had a big old rip. Came back here, and then the next night there was a friend's birthday, and it was like a rave, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, a rave! Like starting at 9 o'clock.
We're both 34 with two kids, exactly
Yeah.
the same age as you.
There you go.
And so we listened to it, and we knew what you were talking about. I don't think Eddie did.
Of course he doesn't.
Of course
get
I
it.
don't.
I don't think he gets.
No, he doesn't.
I
get
don't
it.
get it.
He doesn't get it at all.
What do you mean? That's the point. Of course I don't get it. I have no intention of getting it right now either. You know what I mean? Like I can get it later. That's
Yeah,
future
no.
Eddie's problem.
That's
Yeah.
a very good point.
Do you think though, like how many raves do you reckon you got in you?
Well, we listened. I think Dan's at 0.
I reckon I'm at the same level I've ever had, which is 0.
Oh, you've never had a rave.
never
in you.
will rave.
You're not
That's
you're
gonna
not a
be like-
9 p.m. warehouse Alexandria sort of guy. You know,
No, not
On
at
a
all.
Wednesday.
That's gonna be on my tombstone. Never raved.
Never raved.
Yeah.
never
Gonna go hard
raved.
shit.
But did he want to?
But did you
Question
want it?
mark.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, like, is
Always
it better to
thought
have
about it.
raved and hated it than never have
Certainly
raved
under
at all?
5 on mine. Certainly under 5.
5. Yeah, dude.
Sub 5?
Yeah. Well, listen.
Sub 3, I'd say.
I don't know when I'm going to have
Did you
the
rave in the
opportunity
Gold
again.
Coast? Was there a rave there? Does that class as rave?
No. Raving is a rave.
What constitutes
And
a
ripping
rave?
and tearing is ripping and tearing. I've got many more of those in me.
No, but like nightclub rave. Like there's nightclub after dark,
I fucking
after
hate
midnight.
nightclubs now. I'm not a nightclub guy anymore. I'm a kick-ons. Get me into,
Not the
some
same
weird
thing.
fucking
Not the
corner
same
of someone's
thing.
house.
Yeah, but pulling
Let's
up
talk about
a pew.
starting a business.
It's not a podcast.
Start a podcast.
One time,
Let's
Scotty
record
and
it as well. Let's record it that night.
Yeah, let's record it now. That'd be a great idea. That's what we tried to do after Origin 1 down in Adelaide. Tom fell asleep. Thank God we didn't. It wasn't a good idea.
We've got a rule of like never film anything, never do anything when you're fucked up. Like that's never put anything on Instagram when you're fucked up. We went down to Adelaide for the Origin, and we broke the rule because Eddie was off his fucking guts, and someone's filmed him after the game and then done like a collab post, and he's like, "Fuck yeah,
accepted the collab.
yeah, we accepted." Then
Well, mate, I thought it was a great idea.
But then we've got Tobler, who's
It
our
did well, though, the
he's
video.
our safety check of like if you see anything, like just checking and go, "You sure, boys?" And he did, and we were like, "Yeah, we're sure." Keep it up. And the next day you're like, "Oh,
listen, there's been worse. You know what I mean?
There's been worse that haven't been put up."
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything like that? I mean, like the way your socials are, it's not particularly like ripping and you're not documenting yourselves off your guts as much.
No,
which is probably a good approach.
That's come from the elite athlete side for me because it probably doesn't go well in club land.
Yes, yeah.
Same for me.
How the fuck? Yeah, correct. Elite athlete land.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you, Jordan DeGoey? Good to see you, mate. Let's fucking get on one.
Yeah,
It doesn't go too well in AFL media landscape.
No, that's right. So you've had it beaten India.
It's a big day for you boys today. Did realise that when we were flying in.
Oh yeah, huge day.
State of Origin.
State of Origin.
You realise over in the West, like, I would be
I don't even know
surprised.
who
I would be.
plays in it.
You don't know who plays in it.
No.
Not at all.
I was under the impression that everyone cared.
I would be
No.
surprised if pubs had 6 TVs in them. I'd be surprised if more than half had it on.
And 3 would just be off.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they just wouldn't even be playing.
You don't care.
I care. I'm from Victoria originally, so like, not that that's in New South Wales or Queensland, but
No,
like,
it's not.
it's at least on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
some sort of form of communication between Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria,
Yes.
Western Australia.
There's
Not
nothing.
only there's a border that Mark McGowan's put a big fucking wall up, but there's a lot of desert in between.
Shitloads.
No one really gives a shit
I
about
actually
the State
don't.
of Origin.
I don't mind the flight over there. Like the first time we came over was and like seeing all that desert.
You had your head out the window the whole time.
Mate, I was like, look at all this fucking desert. I was a little bit sort of horny for like, can I see some like ancient fucking shit on the.
Dan wouldn't have a team. Like, does not have a team. No,
Well,
he
the
doesn't have a
moment you
team.
guys ripped the Western Reds out of my soul, like I have no care.
Did you like them then?
Yeah, I went. I
so you-
went to games.
I was under the impression that rugby league had a bit of a.
Well,
Why?
what would they
What?
do?
Well, who
Go
am
and
I
watch
going
the
for?
fucking like high school fucking
I just
rugby
thought.
league team?
Listen,
There is a Perth Rugby League.
No, there's not.
No,
is
there is actually.
Yeah, no, there is.
Mad
There is.
Dragon.
The Mad
he
Dragon.
commentates.
Had you watched the?
Oh, they sound awesome.
The Mad Dragon, who's a big St George supporter, lives in Perth. And
I know
he
the
calls,
Mad Dragons.
He's
Oh,
a
He
dragon
calls.
dribbler.
He calls West Australia Rugby League every weekend,
Yeah, but
and
what's this-
nothing gets in his way.
What's the standard of that? Do you think?
Oh no, it's horseshit.
Oh, to be complete horseshit.
But we offered to fly him over here to do and like put him up in a fucking hotel to do a live stream with him for the Manly v Dragons game, just because I wanted. He's just a fucking weirdo,
Yes.
and I mean that respectfully. Like I love. It's
I've
why I
interviewed
say-
him on radio quite a few times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a
Oh, you
fuck-
have?
Yeah, because he's the guy. Yeah, you know he's the guy, and he's.
Oh,
like,
he's a bit of a man about town.
he's
Is he a
lunatic.
man about town?
Well, like again, like
no one
NRL.
else.
It's like I'll tell you how this goes over Western Australia. It's like AFL, cricket, basketball. We're talking netball, big netball team over there. We're probably
Lacrosse.
talking
Lacrosse.
swimming,
Lacrosse.
soccer.
Yeah, soccer.
Who's Perth?
Perth Glory.
What?
West
Perth?
Australians, mate,
Glory.
are the
Glory.
most. They are the loyalist fans of all time. If they have a team, you never find a more loyal fan base. But if you don't have a fucking team, you're not getting a fucking. Who's going for anyone?
We hate the
yeah.
sport. It actually is a negative. We just hate the sport.
Would you
Fans of
support?
West
Would you?
Australia.
Would you accept a side, a rugby league
I want
side,
one.
into your heart and your
Speak
soul?
to him. Don't speak to me. I'm
I want one.
Victorian.
Give me back the
Speak
Western
to Dan.
Reds.
Yeah, what about
I'll
Western
go.
Force? Do you like them?
Nah, they're shit.
They are shit.
The game's boring. You're playing.
But people go to that.
Yeah,
Zimbabwe
Western Force back.
Renegades and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, they are back.
Punters and Dribblers, as always, brought to you by our good friends at Neds, the number one sports betting platform on planet Earth. They support us. They support the number one betting show on planet Earth. That is about even. They support me getting 4 from 8 rugby league bets this week. Not a big deal. They support Eddie doing all right.
I did pretty well.
You did pretty well. We had a good week. I think it was a good week for the show.
That DWZ bet, which you took, which you're allowed to, but that was my bet.
Yeah.
So I had a good week. I saw there was something in the air. I go, oh, DWZ like that matchup rather. I like him versus St George. He got 4 rugby league tries. Yep. I only needed 2 for $5. 2 for $5 is visionary stuff.
Visionary.
And Ned's is the place that allows me to be a visionary. It makes me feel comfortable to be a visionary, to use the powers I was born with.
Yeah.
Visionary stuff.
That's it. We've got our private punting group, which is on the Ned's app, second biggest group on the app outside of their open racing group, which you don't need a password to get in. So obviously it's easy to get into. The secret password is Dribbler.
No S.
No S. Get in there. We share bets. We shoot the shit. We have a good time. But that's Ned's for you, baby.
That's Ned.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. If we own Manly, which we intend on doing one day,
yes,
that's a dream of ours. But, if you don't dream, then you can never achieve.
You got a PlayStation in there, didn't you?
Yeah. Dude, finally you got a PlayStation.
But it was on Saturday. Saturday just gone. Listen, not the best night for the club. That's all I'll say.
So we went out to the game. They were playing Parramatta. We had the PlayStation. Which we stuck our faces onto,
which was the biggest pain in the arse, maybe all time.
You did it yourself.
We started, and we go, oh fuck! I thought when you got a PS wrapped, I just assumed in my head we'd send it away. It'd be wrapped for us. No, we had to wrap it ourselves. You have to get it millimetre perfect.
Like a millimetre out on this side of the PlayStation leads to like 12 centimetres out on the
so
other.
I'm thinking like iPhone, like screen cover,
but
on crack.
50 times fucking harder.
Because there's like idiosyncrasies to this. Like, look at that fucking thing. That's not even a normal shape.
It's not,
it's contoured and shit. So like you don't know what you're doing, and like it was a fucking nightmare. Then we did it. Thumbs Birmingham. I was getting all the air bubbles
thumbed
out.
the fuck out of this.
Thumbed the fuck out of it, dude.
Blisters on thumbs.
Dude, Thumbs Birmingham came into his own.
No, he did. He went like galactic.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Do you know what? It brought us closer together because you were saying nice things about me and I really liked it. You were like, dude, Thumbs Birmingham's on a fucking tear. I'm like, oh.
Can I see them?
Well, there's nothing special about my thumbs.
They're nice thumbs. Look at them. See, look at the bend back.
They're pretty.
Yeah. They're just honest thumbs.
They look hard-working.
But have a look at those. Look at they bend back.
Podcasters' thumbs. They're pretty soft.
Do you have the bend back?
I don't have the bend back. See, that's where a little bit, but
you got some bending.
Yeah, but you've won a comp. You know what I mean? You've won a flag.
Yeah.
Those
They're
flag
winners. Big time.
But it took us probably all in all, like in good honest thumbing work, it's probably an hour and a pinch. But mentally, it took us weeks.
Yeah.
We just had to keep putting
it off. Go back to it and go, and then we go, nah, we can't do it. We'd peel the whole thing off, stick it back on its thing, go, we'll come back to this.
So what happened in this Parramatta game?
So we're trying to get it to the club.
Oh, you didn't like the thumbing bit?
Let's get back to the thumbs. Sorry, dude, we had way more thumb chat, but whatever.
I think we call that the Hapawadi.
That was a fucking full digit.
They don't speak about that in league.
Well,
we still. This Hapawadi's fucking.
He didn't do a play for Manly though.
No, it was only to the Tigers.
Exactly.
Most suspended game player in NRL history. 10 years total, I think, is what he's
he should get me out of here. And
but
she went.
So we tried to get it to the club fair for weeks and weeks, and there was just all these different, we can't do it this week. Can you come in this day? We couldn't do it.
That was
schedules.
Excuses.
Anyway, we're like, fuck it. We're going to the Parramatta game last weekend. We'll bring it along, but we wanted to. They were like, yeah, you can come into the sheds after the game and give it to the boys. So we really jazzed it up, got a wicker basket and made it like a hamper. So it had cellophane, club colours cellophane in there, and games in there, and ribbons wrapped around
coloured ribbons and shit. It was a real.
It was a do.
Ordeal. It was a do.
It was an ordeal, but it was we looked. We were really putting it all on the line because the result of the game was going to dictate how it was received, and unfortunately, Manly got fucked into the earth 32-4.
Has it been happening regularly this year?
No, it happens.
It's been happening
sporadically,
semi-regularly.
Yeah,
sporadically is a word I'd use. It was
the word I just used actually.
Exactly, and it's a word I'd use. Even though you'd already used it.
Yeah,
we got humped into the fucking earth. It's been rocks or diamonds this year for the club.
But it's origin period. So all your good players are out of the side.
Yeah. So Cherry Evans, Manly.
You don't even understand how rogue that is as a sport. That you just have these fucking events in the middle of the year, right?
Mate, it actually ruins the...
No other sport in the fucking world does this.
No.
event in the middle of the year, and I understand New South Wales, Queensland, but there's guys that aren't from those places that are playing for these teams, right?
Yeah.
So
And they just have to cop it.
There's little people from other countries. Who are like, what the fuck is going on here? My team
Yeah,
sucks
like
now.
if you're from New Zealand, you're like, oh,
Oh, cool.
and the difference in quality is staggering.
Yeah.
Like the
I don't-
games, the
no
Byron
shit.
games
Your
are
best players are playing in a fucking game like that no one else is allowed to play in. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
put a buy on.
Look, I get
Money
it.
talks, Will.
But yeah, but also if we put the buy on, everyone's like, "Oh, you put the buy on, fucking AFL's going to seed ground." It's like, but I don't like AFL, so I'm not going to watch it just because it's like it doesn't matter.
I'll seed it.
I'll seed it. I'll fucking.
I think a weekend off.
It's
would do
outrageous.
everyone the
Well,
world.
who's got the most players out? Would there be a team
Probably
with like
Brisbane Broncos.
10?
Brisbane Broncos, maybe.
They're 10 best players out. 8.
They've got their fullback, so they've got their fullback who's one of the best in the game. They've got the best prop in the game. They've probably got like the best back rower in the game. They've got fucking.
As you're speaking, do you see how real? Like it's so ridiculous.
Two props.
You're just playing the game. No one who can play footy. Just go for it, please. Have a try.
Fuck
That's origin.
They tried doing it on a weekend. It was on Sunday for probably the last 5 years. One of the games was. Just didn't rate as well as Wednesday. And so the fucking broadcasters pay a fortune for it. Nine pays a fortune for it. And they're like, Wednesday just rates its ass off, so we're not moving it.
Who's your gut, Cleary?
Yeah, well.
Did his hammy fucking on the set?
He will because he
But he
played
shouldn't have
twice in
been
a week.
Oh, well, fucking
he backed up after
sock
4
it all.
days.
He
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
played on a Wednesday, played on a Saturday, did his hammy.
Dude,
Yeah.
just between you and I, blessing in disguise because he's never stood up and done a thing at New South Wales level. So whatever, we'll see how we go without him. I'm devastated.
This is also for context.
Devastated
This
to see
is
him go down.
Origin Day, so
Yeah,
result
game's
pending,
tonight.
You could look really smart or really dumb.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter because fucking we weren't winning with him. So
No,
We
well-
don't have a team. Like
You've got New South Wales.
New
You
South
have to.
Wales tonight.
You don't come into our house and fucking disrespect.
No.
us like
I
that.
like the
Not
colour
when we've
of
opened our doors,
maroon.
giving you our blokes.
No. You like Sky
But
Blue.
isn't North, is it New South Wales? Yeah,
Yeah, it's the state you're in.
the north side. Aren't they like short? You know, they've got one long kicker or something. Isn't that an issue?
Have you?
What are you
Hold on a
talking
second.
about?
Wait,
What long
listen.
kicker?
No, you're talking about the halfback.
Yeah.
Mitch
A
knows it.
long kicker?
No, he's got the best long kick in the game.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Moses
think
does.
that's what he's.
But you've
that's
only
what
got
New
one.
South Wales.
No, we have him.
talking
Moses
40s.
has.
Well, yeah, but you don't. It's not like AFL where everyone needs to kick well.
I know. I
It's
went
a
on Reddit
different-
before and I read New South Wales might be struggling with only one long kicker, and I was like, all right.
Nah, that's fine as long as he doesn't get injured. If he gets injured, then we're fucked. Back to the PS5.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit off track
Hold
here.
on a second.
Yeah, this needs to go back to
So we're
us.
out at the ground. Manly gets humped into the fucking earth, and then we get like ushered into the sheds afterwards. And as soon as we walk in there, the really flamboyant hamper, PS5 hamper, suddenly seems like a really bad idea because the mood is
we
So it's
slunk
post.
in there.
So,
skulked in
sorry,
there.
so you're doing a
Skulked.
post.
after the game, dude.
Oh my fucking.
Dude, all the players are sitting.
Oh my.
They put 35 on us,
Oh,
which should be like an AFL 80.
I'm trying to hide the thing behind my back. I'm like, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like,
I feel fucking horrendously awkward.
And the boys
right
are
now.
coming in just like, nod at you, and you're like, oh. At one point, Seabell, the coach, like went out to do media and just stared back at us, and I caught him at the wrong time, and we just eyeballed each other, and I'm like,
Seabell's the coach.
fuck, because we talked a bit of shit about him.
Yeah.
We've taken it back.
Well,
and
we
we've been
haven't taken it
supportive.
back. He's now the coach, so we have to. We talked shit about him before.
We've
he's our
gone from
coach.
negative to supportive, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I just got the sense of like,
Was it what the fuck are you doing in here?
what are
boys?
you doing?
Yeah, what are you
in
guys doing
mate?
in here?
I can't tell you the amount of times I've been in a room like that as the player.
It was awful.
I know, but to have a couple of fucking legends,
Thank you so much.
but larrikins,
Yeah,
sitting in the corner with the PS5. I don't know.
In a basket with cellophane and fucking
I don't
ribbons
know if
and
it
shit.
gets any worse, boys.
No,
I
dude.
actually don't know.
Our saving grace was the fact that Jake Chaboyevich is injured.
Yeah.
He's the heart and soul of the club. He's
Who we
also,
know,
We
at
know
least.
him. He's also the world's nicest man, right? He was happened to be injured with a calf injury. So he's not as pissed off as everyone
And
else.
Brad
He's
Parker.
and
Shout
Brad
out to
Parker
Brad.
was injured. So they saved us.
They
we
came
didn't
and
have
hung out
them.
with us a little bit,
If they
like-
didn't have them, because they went into a separate room in the change room to have a debrief. We would have had to have gone in there.
They were like, "Do you want to go into the room?" Because initially they were all out there, and then they moved to another. Do you want to go? We go, "No, not at all." We were literally just like, "We're just going to drop this one. You guys suck." It was uncomfortable as fuck.
So there was no like handshake, handover.
We gave it to the two injured boys who are like good players, but they're out injured, and we were
And
just
dear
like,
friends of the
and
show.
good friends of the show, of
But
course.
in your mind, I reckon you thought, we're getting up in front of the boys, and this is going to be a moment.
If they'd won. Yeah,
After they've won.
On the way
yeah,
there, I
dude.
wasn't ruling out a speech.
Yeah.
If the mood struck, if it was a
Churchillian.
famous win, I would have Churchillian that up.
What would you have said?
Who knows, mate? It would have been one of the great rev ups all time. I
Yeah.
can promise you that.
Maybe plug it in. They all get around.
And it would have been.
Let's have a fucking game now.
It would have been dripping in hyperbole. Thank
But
you.
we went all out for this. We got a stretch Hummer out because it was in enemy territory. So we got a stretch Hummer out. We were blasting Eagle Rock, which is like the club song, just being absolute pricks.
What?
Hang
a
on.
lot of
What
shit.
did you say?
Eagle Rock's the club song.
Doing the Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Daddy
Pants
Cool.
down-
You ever heard
pants
of
down.
that?
Do you do Eagle Rock as well?
You know who I fucking play for?
Yeah,
though?
I do. I was just trying to. I thought maybe you go.
Is it a joke? It's our song too.
Yeah, well, dude,
How do we not
Eagles.
fuck? How do
Is
we
it
fucking not?
actually?
Yes.
So you're a
Hands
Manly
down. So
fan
when you
then?
hands down.
So when you win,
Wait, do you know that? Wait.
What?
yeah, pants down.
Yeah, pants
yeah,
down.
pants
Comes
down.
on. Comes
I don't
down the club.
understand why it's pants down. though.
I
don't
heard
know it is
someone.
pants
I heard
down.
someone maintains that their fucking parents started it in like. Look, does anyone know this? Was it Sydney Uni or
That's what it
Wollongong
really
Uni
seems
or
like.
something?
Sydney Uni thing. So every time I remember.
I thought it was a West Australian thing. Got to be honest.
Nothing's West Australian.
Nothing's West Australian. No.
What
That's a good
have
point.
you got? That, you know,
That you started.
that you weren't
Blokes.
given.
Shit blokes.
You weren't given.
we built this country.
Well, I don't know.
this
To be honest, I don't actually
listen.
know. You could be right.
So you've rocked up in a stretch Hummer.
What colour?
White. We wanted pink, but the pink one got damaged the night before.
What's it called? A hum.
A Hummerzine was what the guy called it. Dude, it's so stupid.
So if when you win a game, West Coast, Eagle Rock comes on.
No.
Yeah, used to. That's
Oh yeah.
Subi.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's yeah.
In the arena.
You said no. What's going on here?
What's
Like-
your team's song?
Well, like there's a song.
Is there like a cheer?
Yeah.
It's not Eagle Rock.
No,
Like,
no,
there's
well,
a-
that's not Manly's either. They've got like.
Do they have that?
Yeah, they've got like a team song.
I didn't think NRL had that.
they're not good. They're all the same.
Do
but
they
with
stand
different-
around in a circle and sing it after games?
Yeah,
But
they
you guys
yeah,
all
yeah,
have
yeah.
real like old timey
no one really
war
knows
sort
them.
of songs.
I've got a real
Yours are
issue.
like old
I've
timey
got a real
band
issue
shit.
with like singing songs after games.
Oh, you didn't like doing it?
Nah.
Sing us yours.
So West Coast changed. I won't be singing ours.
No, just sing the start of it.
So they changed it
start
in
of
our premiership year. They changed it and they added an entire verse out of nowhere. Just made it up
Why?
because
Because you'd won the
if you
premiership.
learn much about West Coast,
No,
that's just it's
pre-premiership.
very West Coast. Just-
Okay.
Is Birds of Tokyo over here? Is that a thing?
I mean, I know of them. I don't like. I'm not.
They redid the song with Birds of Tokyo.
Oh
They
no!
like
And so they
rock
turned
metal.
this traditional like into like a rock song.
Oh my
no.
God.
It's the worst.
Dude.
That sounds
That's
like
so scat.
New South Wales Rugby League partnered with the Star, and they came
Casino.
up with Star Casino. And they came up with a song for.
They came up with a song that like had to become. Oh, this is now the New South Wales team. It was called "We All Bleed Blue," and it was like, "We all bleed blue," and it was.
R.I.P. Tina Reno. It sounds
Well,
like.
dude,
Sounds like
Miss
a bit of Tina.
no, Tina would have rolled over in her grave if she'd been attributed to that. It was one of the great pieces of shit and like corporate dollar fistings you've ever seen in your life. Where you're like, listen, I get everyone like love sponsors,
So
reach out.
the
but-
first line of this new verse was
Yeah, can you give the new and the old?
so the new verse. There was so they presented it. This is how they rolled into the team meeting one day, and this is probably years in the making. And they've rolled in the team meeting and presented it, and they shut the door, and the boys are just like, "What the fuck are we meant to do with this?" So there's a leader that does like a chant.
Who's the leader?
It can be anyone, but at that
you get to be the
time,
leader?
no, I refused, mate. Mark Hutchings was the leader, and he would yell something, and then there was a response. So you think about like on the big slide, yeah. So, so no, it's worse than
Give me a
who are we?
W.
The first, it's way worse than anything you can imagine. The first line is the person leading goes, "Born is pride."
Do it with some
you got to
power.
give us
Yeah,
something.
come on.
No, I
give
need
us
to tell you. I'll do it after.
Birds of Tokyo it
Born
for
is pride from isolation. We cross the nation.
Our fortress built. That's what
going.
it is. Yeah, I've got the
A
lyrics
fortress
here.
built, we cross the nation.
Our colours share
Our colours share
the West Coast sky.
the West Coast sky.
Our will to win.
We'll never die.
Oh god!
We're the Eagles. That's it's like it just turned it.
Did the fans get around it, or are they like this?
No,
is like,
Everyone hated it.
What was the original?
So Dan's a fan.
Everyone hated it.
Dan's a
Anyone else-
proper fan.
You're
I'm not
West
a fan.
Coast?
Yes,
West
but
Coast.
Dan's like a fan.
Duffy. They also,
Nothing.
what they
New
did say,
blokes.
do the rugby players run through a banner at the start of the game?
No,
No, unless it's like
Storm do.
milestone shit.
Storm do?
The Melbourne Storm do. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're
because
the
they're
only team that
Victorian
does.
cuts.
So the other thing the West Coast did, they changed the song.
They
also
with
removed
other
the
men.
banner and they made this like big inflatable eagle to run out of. And it's the worst.
So you run out of an eagle.
Big inflatable eagle.
See, we do a bit of that in rugby league, not through the banner. There's like the Bulldogs, you run through the Bulldog's mouth, I think.
Yeah, sometimes, not often.
So
I think
West
maybe
Coast
it's
changed from the banner for like 30 years to like this
And are they still doing it now?
inflatable eagle. They cut the banner. No more banner.
No more banners?
No more
Cut the
banner.
banner.
And when they ordered it, it's another thing not many people knew. When they ordered it, they picked the wrong size. So instead of the adult one,
Yeah, it's tiny.
They got the kids one, and
Oh,
they never.
fucking
So you have to,
hell.
as a player, you have to duck down
Oh
inside.
my God. And you're all
Some of them are
giants in
crawling
AFL.
out.
You're all fucking huge.
You come out like out of a kid's play.
It's like a jumping castle. You go out of it.
Who makes those banners?
Sam
Who makes those decisions?
Sam Butler.
Who the fuck's that?
Who makes the
respect.
banners? The cheer squad.
There's a cheer
No,
squad.
bro, you remember in that grand
Not
final a couple of
cheerleaders.
years ago?
Not
Was it maybe when
cheerleaders.
Collingwood was in the grand final or something and the banner blew away in the
That
wind?
grand final.
Is that your one?
Yeah, we won that. Yeah.
We
She
really
was
did.
devastated.
Fucking
Mate,
oath.
the signs were.
But the
we
sign
were never going to lose.
But the sign blew away in the wind, and it was like the
Yeah,
whole.
it's not a great
This
omen.
woman was like in tears, and it's like, oh, the old community centre spent like 400 days building that. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Oh, is
Their
it like
coach was
CWA
consoling
get
you.
together and like...
It's the cheer squad. It's the people at
Like
the end
club.
of each ground that wave the big. Like,
Yes, okay. The people in behind the goal.
Goal
nuffies.
mouth, the goal square.
And they're pom-pommed up.
Yeah,
and I
amazing
love it.
people. All of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
passionate for the footy club. They come down to training.
Joffa.
Joffa. Well, Joffa's been. Joffa,
No, listen, I
Joffa's
just-
had. Yeah, let's move on from Josh. but
He's the only AFL fan I know.
yeah, but like that. That pretty much summarises it, though. Pretty much.
Yeah,
That's pretty much who they are.
Joffa makes the signs.
So, yeah.
right. You're the techie. That's so. Do the players not revolt? Can you not be like, do you need a beer? Do you need?
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
a beer if that's okay.
Keep them coming.
Two off,
Sorry,
please.
we're just going to top
We,
ourselves up and leave you guys fucking thirsty. Do you have any control of that? Can you like, hey, as players, like, hey, fuck, like, is it run through anyone? Is it run by anyone?
No, there's a committee. Speaks to the
Committees-
committee. You know, come on.
Fucking committee.
Committees,
Speaks to the
mate.
committee. And so then they
Fucking
come. That's
committees.
when they came and presented it to us, and it was like, "This is the worst fucking thing we've ever seen."
And is it still? And it is now. It is the thing.
Yeah.
You
And
have
now
no
West
control.
Coast are the worst side in the AFL by.
Yeah, you're
a
not
lot.
going well.
Oh, it's not me.
Three games.
It's not me. I used to play for them.
So you don't care about. So they're not.
I wasn't
they're
a
not-
West Coast fan.
But who
growing
do you
up, was I?
support? Who's your team?
The other.
was-
Fremantle, maybe. They're the others. They're the arch rivals.
But if
Why
you're
the
from
fuck
Victoria...
would you support the arch rival of the team you won the
You
flag?
got to
with?
understand. Like I was a Geelong fan for my whole life.
Right.
I used
And
to
now you
sit.
hate
I used
them?
to sit three rows back, like in the fucking cheer squad, pretty much. I was a Geelong
You were
fan.
making the banner.
You're a joffer.
So if you boys, right, you boys just made it, right? Somehow you got in the gym. You're like mature age
You guys
recruit.
been in the gym?
They recruited you to Parramatta, right? And you played for Parramatta for 5 years, and then you finished up playing. You wouldn't start going for Parramatta because you played for them. You'd be
No,
You'd
but
be
then don't
Manly
you- why the
fans.
fuck are you going for Freo and not Geelong?
Well, I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I played for 15 years, so it's like it's a long time between drinks. So
Did
I
it
mean,
kind of ruin the fandom?
Yes.
for you.
Yes, it fucking did.
Yeah.
The first person ever asked that, and it actually fucking did. I can't watch footy now and be like, fuck my
You don't get
team.
pumped anymore.
My team.
So you got to just go other sports, rugby league, buddy, Manly Seagulls.
You,
That's
got-
right.
you just gotta have a punt on it.
That's exactly right.
Well,
but
yeah.
But
AFL's
surely,
also the worst sport to punt on.
Surely,
Sorry,
if you've
it's
given
official.
15 years to a sport, you want a flag.
I love
West
the-
Coast. Surely you want them to
I love
do
my
well.
mates. I love my mates.
But how do you feel about how they're going now? Like, are you just disgusted,
Feel
or
bad for my mates. Well, I don't know.
But you don't care.
I don't have a great deal of I don't have the fan feeling. Like Dan's a fan. Dan comes into work every day. He's crying. I have to console him about his life.
How do you
because
know each other? Like, how did you guys? Did you
I
know
saw
each
him in the
other?
crowd one day. I'm like,
It was a Make-A-Wish thing.
Dan
gave
used
him your
to
boots.
Dan used to work at the ABC, and I did. I like.
Fuck the ABC.
He's no longer. I don't
Dave's
know
gonna
what-
fucking
we got a
attack you.
blue
Dave
hair
got a
over
blue head.
Do you work at the ABC?
No, he works here, but he
he's
did.
basically a communist.
Yeah,
Right.
his dream job.
So, okay. Well, I was thinking of him, and that's Dan. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I like volunteered because I wanted to get into media
Yeah.
when I was playing, and so I like volunteered down at the
Make-A-Wish.
ABC, and they literally like looking around the office like, Well, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Who could mentor this man?
Does anyone know sport? Does anyone seen a football in? And Dan's like, I like basketball. And so Dan and I became
the same thing.
Yeah. And that's literally how it happened.
About 1,000 beers later, we started doing a podcast.
Yeah, it's like
that's how it happens.
Dan's your producer. Dan meet Will. I was like, hey guy, how you doing?
And then I was like getting his autograph, getting him to sign all my shit.
So you fully fanboyed out?
Nah, not at all.
Fuck off. No, you
No,
probably didn't
I
actually.
was like,
You kept
It's not. I mean,
you
look,
kept it tight.
Professional.
You kept it professional.
yeah, of course,
Of course. You're at work.
but like, the first time, because obviously you're a West Coast fan, you're a West Coast player. Was there a moment where you like going to the
I was
bathroom and go like,
Yeah, just went and jerked off in the
yeah,
bathroom.
you go to have a
Just to,
quick
like,
pull, just to level yourself
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
You know?
Well, just reduce stress levels.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I get it.
We are of the same ilk. We'd
Yeah.
beat off. You know what I mean? If Tommy Turbo, when Tommy and Jake came in, we obviously had to go and pull each other off afterwards.
That's right.
Afterwards.
Well, yeah.
Well, during, after.
Well,
Who's
before and
counting?
afterwards, you know, like nothing gets you ready for round two like having the Trebojeviches in your presence.
No, that's right.
West
Nothing
Coast,
gets you ready.
West Coast have won 6 games in the last 3 years or something.
So you're dog shit. Do
It's
you ever
less
feel
than
that?
that,
Do
actually.
you ever go back to? Is there like an old boys' day where
Yeah.
you go back? Do you say a couple of words? Do you feel the need to? Do you want to?
No. We like I don't know how to explain it other than like there's a whole bunch of lads that have finished up now, and we drink piss and watch it. But I don't finish the game after a loss and be like a fan, be like, fucking hell, I'm devastated. That's fucking so shit.
Dude, that sucks.
I
It's
know.
fun to have
I
that.
know.
Like it's not great to lose.
That's why I'm trying to get back. So that bringing full circle, why I feel like I go for Fremantle. Last year,
That's so fucked up, dude.
the last year, right? No, because I can't go for West Coast. I'm too like intertwined with it. It's like it's too much of a job and like there was money on the line. I was getting paid to be there, you know, like. But Fremantle, right? Last year,
I sort of get that.
they come from like nowhere, and I just started calling them Flag Mantle, right? For out of nowhere, and it caught on. Made merch.
Oh, yeah?
Made a lot of money off the merch.
Millions
Oh, yeah?
of
Love
dollars
that.
merch. Millions of dollars.
Love that.
And anyway, I just thought this is fucking good. Their supporter base was like, yeah, this cunt's fucking
They've
good
never
cunt.
won a
Like-
premiership. They've been the little brother to the West Coast Eagles.
I tell you what, I also
Oh, they've
like
never
him.
won.
I like him
Ever.
because
Who's the guy that's good?
Nat Five
Nat Five.
Yeah.
Nat 5, yeah.
Nat Five.
He's-
Nat Five.
Yeah.
gave away. He actually stood down from the captaincy because it was. I think he's trying to
did.
focus on being good.
We had a couple of boys drop themselves last week from one of the team in Brisbane.
Oh
Queensland
yes,
boys.
I saw
They
that.
dropped themselves.
They were like, "No,
It was
we're
fucking
not
the most
good."
outrageous thing. You boys have played sport, not the highest level, but you played sport.
Pretty high.
You ever seen anyone drop themselves ever? No, you haven't.
No,
the answer's no.
No. Well, listen, I have to think
no.
about it.
No.
The answer's no.
Dropping yourself's pretty
You just get
hectic.
dropped.
Yeah, you
the
just
coach
get
says,
dropped.
No, you're not good enough. These boys apparently walked in. The coaches I've said not up to it today, mate, and they've taken him out of all competitions. Not playing.
Not even playing at all.
Not playing resis.
Dude, you should just drop yourself to the next competition. You
Go to
don't
the
just
gym.
stop playing.
Go to the gym.
What's your opinion on that?
It's fucking
pretty fucked.
It's look, I can have some hot takes with the best of them, but this is genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen in a football club. To have two they're senior leaders, right? One guy's a 3-time premiership player. One guy they're good players.
One's played like, what, 250?
Daniel Rich, gun. Jack Gunston from Hawthorn, Brisbane, both like gun players.
Gunston is such an AFL last name.
Correct. Jack, first, I don't know.
Well, Jack's it.
Yeah, but like,
Gunston.
man, like,
And they still get paid, right?
of course they get
Yeah.
fucking paid.
But what do you?
How do you feel then as a
holiday.
fan? Are you like furious or are they shit?
Nah, it's
Because if
bullshit.
they're shit,
if it was,
you're like,
if it was
fuck
my
off.
team, I would be very pissed.
Aren't they your team?
No, they're,
This is
they're
Freo.
Brisbane
Boys,
Lions.
the context of this
No,
is
Lions. This
These
is
Brisbane
Lions.
Lions, yeah.
Oh, I
I
thought
was the most dropped player for the West Coast Eagles in the history of that club. That's a fact. So I know what it fucking
know
takes
it-
to get dropped.
Yeah.
And to have someone fucking walk in and go, "No, you're not dropping me. I'm dropping myself." It makes me want to spew up.
But is that
It's
is that
fucking
a jump
disgusting.
before you pushed sort of a situation? Or
I don't
it
give a
was.
too fucking bad. You don't get to do that. I'm sorry.
Right.
You get dropped. You fucking walk into the office, and I'll tell you how it goes.
Yeah,
you
I'd
walk
love to
in.
know.
You walk in. He's got a fucking. The coach has got this fucking look on his mouth.
You can tell straight
It's his
away.
mouth. It's not his eyes. It's not the rest of it. It's just his mouth. It's a little quiver. So, how you going, mate? It's me, coach. Yeah, good. Yep. And it's just fucking quiver. And you're like, I'm going to get dropped here. I fucking know it. I know what's about to happen. And they laid on you. This is why you're not playing. We're going to drop you this week. I used to fire up about it.
Oh, did you? So you go
fucking
back
up.
at it.
But then you go back and you play in the resis and you get yourself back in the team, and that's how footy goes. You don't get to walk in and drop yourself.
No.
It's actually not a part of sport.
That's so
it's fucking
funny.
pathetic.
How many times do you get dropped?
Lots, mate.
Yeah, what do you know?
Yeah,
if
they're
you're
like,
the most dropped, if you got the
I
record.
put it somewhere.
Well, you
Nick will
played-
have it somewhere.
You played, what, 15 seasons?
Did I put it in Slack?
22 games a season?
I got dropped like over 27 times or something.
Part of the 27
I
club.
played 200, so I could get back
played
in.
a shitload of games.
To get dropped a lot, you have to get put back in a lot.
Well,
right?
to play that
so
many games you do.
So that's why it's a bit of a badge of honour, right? Because to get dropped a lot, you need to be back in the team to get dropped.
Sorry, of course,
So
of
like,
course.
if you're really shit, you just get dropped. You don't get a chance to get dropped again because
You
you're
don't come
done.
back.
But I'm somewhere in the middle ground of not good. Like certainly
200
not
games.
Good. Certainly not good.
Yeah.
But certainly not.
Well, 200 games is good, though.
Yeah.
Like, fucking...
You're in a
I could've been a
weird
300 game
Goldilocks
player.
zone where you were good enough to get
get-
picked, but you were shit, so you got dropped a lot
Correct.
as well.
And then I was like slightly good enough to get back in, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Why do we fucking put this guy back?"
But you
in?
won a comp, though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's
then
fucking...
and the next year, like, nah, it doesn't really matter. It was fucking.
Yeah,
just
that was
stopping
all
again.
good and it was fun and everything. Like, no, you dropped again. You're like,
Did you
shit.
when you won the flag? Did you say anything at half time?
Half time.
Yeah.
Like, as in, do you
Like,
give
who
words?
said
Are you
something? Did
talking
you
in
say
the
anything?
huddle,
Like a
or are you like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck? Are you,
No. Why would I say something at half
I'm just
time?
curious.
We were down by 5 goals at like a lot. We're down a lot at quarter time, and there wasn't much said. I'm trying to think. Half time. It's gone down as the greatest game in AFL history.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so the amount of times I was dropped, I never used to get in the best, ever. Shock. And grand final, I got in the best. It was the
really?
first game in like 6 years I got in the best players. And
How many are in that?
like 5 players.
Heck
And we're
yeah.
talking like Oz Kick League,
All the
mum
way
and
through.
dad. You see, you know, like you see your name in the paper. That's what I'm talking about, the best players. I'm not talking about, I might not have been the best players, who cares? When you wake up and open the paper in the morning and you got the best players, I never used to get them, ever. And that grand final I did.
That's hectic.
And that's about what I'm hanging my hat on.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Have you got that frame somewhere? You must.
Absolutely, mum does.
Yeah,
that's-
of course. So you didn't say anything at half time?
I don't think so. I feel like you're leading me into something.
No, I'm genuinely curious because one of my favorite videos all time is it's obviously like some fucking park footy thing.
That AFL halftime, you know the fucking...
AFL halftime where the guys just go, we're going out there, we're going to fucking bash them.
No, there's that some bitch back in the 80s running a marathon.
Yeah.
Fucking crawled.
She come-
Okay,
she fucking crawled.
64th.
Doesn't fucking matter.
She didn't fucking give up. That's one of the great rebels.
Yeah, and that's what I want from you boys. Look into each other's fucking eyes. Was there anything like that?
It doesn't happen.
No.
The rev ups don't happen. Do they happen in NRL anymore?
Well, listen, we've never played.
Well, like I haven't been there. I haven't been there when the whips are cracking down 5 goals at quarter time. I don't know, but I like to think that I'd say something.
Yeah, but you like talking. You'd definitely
What would you
you'd say something even if we were up.
Flip the coin. What would you say? What would you say to the boys?
You can't predict it. It's all moment, right? Like that bloke didn't go in there predicting to talk about some marathon fucking runner.
Sorry, some bitch back in the
Some
80s.
bitch
rehearsed
back in
that.
the
No,
80s. That's
no,
not rehearsed.
That was
That's
pure,
from the
that one.
soul.
That was as pure as it gets. So when did you start the potty?
2 years ago?
Yeah, probably less than 2 years ago.
Yeah, less than 2 years.
And what was the catalyst? Were you still working at ABC and all that sort of stuff? And like,
I think I was definitely working at the ABC because I was like, private browser window, like uploading audio and shit off the, just for audio, like nothing else on program.
yeah, well, listen, dude, Incognito is a great fucking tool.
They had the things to block websites and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Of course I did. It's the ABC.
But yeah, I was there for, I don't know, a while. And then I got dicked by the ABC. And then we just went, fuck
Down
it, go for
out
it.
of falling out.
Yeah, had it falling out.
Falling out or
He doesn't want to talk about it.
cost cutting.
Dude, I got dicked as well in radio, dude. We're similar. Where is Birds of a Feather?
They forced me out. So I was producing some woman that was awful. And
So we started doing it, and we were like, real budget operation. Like we were in a uni, like storage closet with 2 microphones, maybe 1 microphone. Might have been sharing a microphone. But I started podcasting in like 2009 with West Coast. I started the West Coast podcast.
Oh,
It
really?
was called
Squawk?
No.
Squawk.
No, there was Squawk Talk.
Yeah, love it.
There was Coast to Coast. There was the Inside Swoop. There was Inside the Nest.
Oh, fucking
Why'd you keep changing the name?
Because podcasting in 2009, mate. Like
Yeah,
we had
back
a
then it
fucking
was like-
iPhone. The first one we did, we had an iPhone 3, and we had it face down. Don't know why face down matters, but it was like face down, iPhone 3 in the middle. That's how we record the pod. Me and Kale Morton. And then
Shout out to Carl.
yeah, shout out.
Inside the nest.
Squawk talk.
Yes.
So we've been. I've been doing.
Are they still running?
They're still doing coast to coast. is
Every
my-
club does them now. Like all fucking.
They're
So many
fucking.
teams.
But I'm wondering if
No,
the
they
old
suck.
stuff's
They're
there.
horrific.
I think I saw a video that made me laugh the other day on maybe it was List Cloggers where they were talking about all of those different AFL team podcasts.
Eat shit with Zach Tui. It's a long podcast. Like, what have you ever learned out of a fucking club podcast?
Well, exactly,
Couldn't
because they're
agree
not
more.
going to say anything.
Tell
They're
us
not gonna
about
be
what
honest.
happened on the
They're not gonna-
weekend.
Yeah.
You're lost.
How the
Pre-game
boys
meal.
training? How's the coach doing? How's this fucking? It's like-
What's the Sea Eagles? Do they have a pod?
I think it's called Golden Eagles or something like that.
Is it?
There's
Golden
one.
Eagle.
There's like a Golden Eagles.
Golden
podcast.
Eagles is like ex-players though.
Do you know what the Golden Eagles
it's
are at
part
West
of it.
Coast? Golden Eagles are a coterie group at West Coast.
Coterie.
Coterie groups.
Fuck's that mean?
I don't know. Someone look it up.
Yeah,
So they're like
Dave will
coterie group.
Is that a word?
Coterie. 100%.
Dave will
is.
look it up and he'll.
There's blokes
get us
over there
answers at some
not
point.
doing a lot.
No, no.
And I'm talking about the lads that came with us. Coterie. It's like a group of people
Well,
that
in
support the
fairness, it's
football
Dave's
club.
job to be
How
doing
do you
it.
spell coterie?
Oh fuck
Yeah, for
come
fuck's
on,
sake,
mate.
Dave.
Okay,
You're
let's
doing your masters, dude.
It's a group of people that support the football club, and the Golden Eagles are the ones that have left money in their will for the football club.
Oh
The
shit!
Golden Eagles was, as a player, you would get the appearance list for the game if you weren't playing, which I did a lot, and you would know where you're going. And if you had the Golden Eagles, that was the elderly group of people that when they die, money goes to the football club.
That is so.
So
true,
you got
bro.
it. What do you have to like
They're like
wine
feeding
dine
them soup and
69
stuff.
them?
Yeah,
sort of thing?
yeah. You got to go and like
That's
brush
correct.
their hair and
Wiping
give
their
them a bath.
butt.
Well,
You give
they're
them,
not that
bubble
old.
baths
They're
and
not
shit?
dead. They're not in like.
Well, no, that would be you'd be in a morgue then.
Yeah,
but like
correct.
you could be cleaning.
So
it.
they get.
Oh,
they're like they get him out of the Golden
Yeah,
Eagles.
you're on
pretty quickly.
morgue duty. Yeah, you put them in West Coast slippers.
Let's be honest, you boys are big like Sea Eagles fan. You're not leaving money in your fucking will for the football club.
No, look, we want to buy the club, and obviously there's currently no logical way that that's ever going to happen.
Can you sponsor players?
no.
No, you can.
Yes, you can. So actually, because when they get
Fuck,
announced,
you can, dude. What would that cost?
Boys. So we came up with this last week. So back chat.
we're
right?
sort of stealing it
back
now.
chat. No, I'd love you to do it. Back chat, backman, right? Just the fucking core of the
Back 'em in.
team. The backs win premierships, basically, right? Forwards, they sell memberships. People come and watch them.
I've
Mids.
heard this, yeah.
Mids, they sign sponsorships. That's like the big money. But backs, we win premierships. We don't fuck around with people or fucking money. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that. We
yeah.
just get it done.
Yeah.
job
So
doers.
backman, just the core blue collar lads.
Nut truckers.
So
get
we've
the fucking
had a
job
look
done.
around the AFL. Some clubs offer personal player sponsorships. There's a couple over
Are
here.
they that exy? Like, do you know,
Mate, we're
$1,500.
$1,500
for what the year?
for the year, mate. And we
If
got,
they
mate,
score
we
a
got the
goal,
logo
your logo
coming
comes
up on the
up. Yeah.
fucking thing.
Hectic, dude.
But-
We're definitely doing that. Because you see, when you go to the Manly games, like, and they're announcing the team, and it's like, Tom Trebojevic brought to you by
Correct.
someone's Dumbing and Plumbing.
Correct.
You're
So,
like,
is that a good idea, boys?
It's a great
I
idea.
would like that to be my gift to you.
fuck, dude, that's
Consider
a
it
good idea.
gifted.
Well, yeah, well, thank
You
you.
don't,
Consider
you
it
don't, but
gifted.
you're not going to, you're not getting Cherry Evans. Like, due
give
respect.
a fuck,
due
dude.
no, due
We
respect.
don't want
You don't-
Cherry Evans.
Correct. You want
We
some-
want a dribbler.
Yeah.
that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Someone who's, we change, it'll be a different person each
So
week.
we're acquiring players next year. We'll be acquiring
Wow.
at least one backman from at least two clubs.
So we did something like not like that, but where we found, I find the best, like the funniest and like the best ways to like spend your money in a sponsorship sense is the dribbliest ways, right? Like where you're actually going to get content out of it as well, rather than just being like,
yeah.
you know,
Look at what you get for the GW.
fucking like, you know, not spending it on like Facebook ads and shit. It's like find dumb dribbly shit. You
Wait
can do.
till you hear what you can get with the AFL boys, mate.
We got a sign at the Dubbo racecourse for 3 years on the finishing line, and it's us in like dressed as like
Tarot cash.
tarot cash
Head
suits
to
as
toe.
fedoras and shit with our backs to each other. I got to find a photo for you.
Promoting.
Dude, it just says
No,
Hello
just says Hello
Sport.
Sport.
We don't even have a number in it. It's not like follow us. It's just like
That's all it says. Hello Sports.
Does it
If
say
you're watching
podcast or
Sky
something?
Racing on a fucking on a
on the
Friday
line.
Come to the
afternoon,
finish line.
and they
But
run
Can you
past.
see it? Like,
Yeah, fucking oath you can. It's huge. It's like 12
7
meters long.
Yeah, oh, no,
And it's us, Hello Sport, in Tarot Cash in our fineries.
I've like watched a fair bit of dogs though. Like when the camera's flashing.
There's ponies, mate. Turf.
Holy
good.
fucking shit. shit.
Why don't you write podcasts on there or something so people know what to look for?
Doesn't matter.
You don't care. It's more about the video. Honestly,
Mate,
we made a
I
fucking.
get it.
I'll send you the video. We made
It
like a full. We flew to
was-
Dubbo.
For 3 years, it was
got
what?
a fucking.
$500.
Have you lost it now?
No, we got it for 3 years for $1,500. We were like at that price, you'd buy the whole fucking home straight.
Just put the whole.
The whole thing.
No. When it comes up, we want to, like, one of our sayings is surround yourself with goers and you too shall go. We want to have that, the whole thing.
fucking
So,
thing.
like, but you got to wait for it to come up.
you gotta
Obviously, the Dubbo RSL's got a 10-year deal in place, so, you know, we got to wait.
That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, but it's exactly in the same.
You
like,
boys should back some players because
I'm
then just imagine. Like I already am getting excited about next year. So we got the Backman Award on Backchat, right? So it's like we can't give away really how the voting works. I mean, you give you some sort of idea. We just do whatever the fuck we want to avoid three. We give out 3, 2, 1 for the best backman, and then it is for dower acts. Dower.
Yes. I was in, like, rat bag stuff.
Oh, what's no.
I was in like tough stuff.
Like not even tough, just the real fucking cleaning the gutters, you know.
So this is nut truckers shit.
Just
This
the
is
stuff that you got to get done.
So the equivalent in the NRL is a nut trucker, a bloke who he turns up every week in, week out, and he trucks seed. And no one thanks him for it. No one gives a fuck. He might lose meters in contact, not important.
Yep.
He walks off the field, 3 missed tackles. He's probably run for 70 meters off fucking 12 carries, but it doesn't matter.
No.
Because he trucks
He doesn't pass the ball. Like no offload in.
Backchat Backman Award. We might put, what is it, Nutcracker?
Nut trucker.
Nut trucker.
Truck nut.
Truck nut. Right, so there's a lad who has been
coming.
leading for most of the season called Jack Buckley. Young fella, done 3 ACLs.
That's a nut trucker, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Also, for nut truckers in our world, can't have played rep.
No, they can't. Like,
no,
you don't
no,
even
Jack's
have
not playing
but,
rep,
no,
mate.
they're not
Nah.
making all Australian.
They're not making, well, so yeah, okay. We're in the same areas here. Jackie Buckley, right, is our boy. And he's put up videos saying that he's fucking can't wait till no one gives a fuck about this award other than us. And Jack Buckley. So anyway, I was like, mate, we need to sponsor Jack Buckley. We looked up on GWS's website, so he plays for.
So you
Shout out
get,
GWS.
you get a logo on the big screen when they score a goal. He's not scoring goals.
It's 1,500.
You get a jersey signed by the player. You get to go to a special player function.
Player function? What would happen at a player function?
Oh, no idea.
What,
It's
for
going-
singular players?
No.
So this is Jack Buckley night?
Us and Jack Buckley in the room. Fucking love you, Jack.
Yeah, dude, you're a fucking legend.
We had to go to the BNF. 2 tickets to the BNF. That's pretty good.
The BNF.
Best and
Best
fairest.
and
Ferris.
What do you call it?
Probably that.
Dally M?
Oh, the Dally M's, yeah.
No, but what about the club like?
Oh, Club Awards. We
Oh, we went
Awards
to Club
We
Awards.
went to Club
Yeah,
Awards.
we got
last year.
invited.
2
We,
tickets.
they go, yeah, black tie. We were the black tie. We get full.
We were the
tuxed
only ones
out.
there in black
only ones
tie.
in tuxedos. Look like this.
Cherry
fucking
Evans, club captain, navy suit.
navy suit, like not even navy, like almost an aqua.
No, it was like aqua blue with an aqua blue tie. It looked disgraceful. No offense, Skip. We dressed to the code.
I had
black tie.
shiny fucking patent
We
leather.
were
shit
patented
like
up,
this.
Know
baby.
this was going to happen?
They told us it was black tie. We didn't know what the fuck to do. We were just like, yeah, okay, black tie. We'll go black
Our
tie.
ladies like dimed up.
Yeah,
as well.
and then we
Great.
were in there like, okay.
Oh, boy.
That's all.
Yeah.
What else? Did you say 2 tickets or something?
Yeah, 2 tickets to the Sky Deck. I don't know whatever that is.
I think it's where you sit on the fucking roof.
Oh, what?
dude.
Up in the
I think you sit on the roof.
I think that's just one game, and then you get first rights to refusal for the next year's sponsorship. That's just like the gold partnership, $1,500 for the platinum sponsorship. Though,
Which is exactly the same. as well.
$5,000 platinum. The only thing you get extra is that the opportunity for your player to visit your workplace.
For an extra $3.5 grand and an opportunity for it does not imply that you'll do it.
They might do it.
They might. They'll
That's an
think
extra
about
$3.5
visiting your workplace.
That would be like getting one of the boys in here. G'day, guys.
Hey boys,
But he just waves and leaves.
See you later.
Great to see
All
you.
the
Do you
best.
want a water or anything? No, I'm good.
Nah,
My
I'm
car's
good.
still running. I'm double parked.
I'm double parked.
Actually going to go on trade, boys, but appreciate
no,
it.
Yeah,
man,
it's
he's
like
like,
he's delivering the mail. He takes a photo to prove he was there.
yeah, exactly. I was here.
That's $3.5K.
You just signed this, mate. Sign I was here.
So we're signing players next year, boys. So you might be trying to own the team.
not platinum. But
We're signing players around
So
the
yeah,
league.
so you're doing around the league, whereas I think we could still do some around the league because there's players that maybe we like, but we're also very fucking pro Manly, anti everyone else.
That's
So,
all right.
mate, we could probably
I
sign
feel
a
like
couple of
there's-
players.
I feel
We
like
need to look into that.
there'd be some nut truckers around the league that you'd be able to get around without
True,
really
we could
offending
just do
too
a
many
nut
Manly
trucker.
players.
Yeah, if it was nut trucker centric.
I actually prefer that probably.
Yeah.
Is that we sponsor nut truckers.
Who's
Because they're the
who
heart and soul.
Who trucks the most nut?
Fuck, there's a few that get around. And the thing is, though, right, like, you know, like Blake Laurie trucks nut, plays for the Dragons. I hate the club, but Blake Laurie a nut trucker of note.
Yeah,
He's a fucking...
he knows his way
He's a
around
captain.
nut, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that kid can truck nut. Guy Alex Twal, nut trucker, he just scored.
Sounds like
scored a try.
He just
Twal.
scored his- he just
7
scored his
years
first
he's been
try.
playing, scored his first try. Everyone was like, the joke is Alex Twal.
We were with Roasty, NRL.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And
yeah.
he was flipping out. I was
So
like,
he
what
got
the
a
fuck's-
tattoo. He got a tattoo commemorating...
We were at dinner with Roasty. All of a sudden, he's like, "Fuck!" He just
I'm gonna-
stands up, runs.
I'm going to fucking go. I'm going to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
go.
Shout out to Roasty, by the way.
He's a
Shout out
great
Roasty.
man.
He's pumping out content on the fly.
So much
for
content,
this
dude.
one try.
But yeah, like if he was in the middle
What's
of
his
his
name? Qual.
Dean.
No, Qual.
not Roasty.
Qual.
Oh, Alex Twal.
That just
Twal,
sounds
T-W-A-L.
like trucks.
Oh no, he trucks fucking.
Dude, he
nut,
trucks so much seed and
18
hadn't scored
wheeler.
a try in like 170 games.
But like Roasty could have been, his wife could have been crowning, and if Twal scores a try, like quite
felt like-
rightly,
yeah,
he'd be
suck
fucking
it
out of
back
there.
in.
Absolutely.
Suck it back in. Can we
Suck
pause
it
this
back
in?
in.
Which is
I need to
how
make
it
a
should
meme.
be.
No, that's mate. Listen,
Believe.
listen. You want to do a, you want to have a different life. You got to do different shit, you know.
Yeah.
And if your missus is crowning,
Roasty's old school, baby.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
out in the waiting room. Crown, whatever.
if your kid's crowning, and
It
Twal
doesn't matter.
scores,
Twal's just scored.
Twal's just scored. So,
So
that
I'm
kid
going to
needs
leave the
hold
waiting
on.
room and I'm going to get a tat
Yeah.
in his honour. So he trucks seed. Michael Wayman was a fucking...
Mick Wayman, no longer a
Wayman.
player.
How's there some of these names?
But like this guy was
Yeah.
balding.
You
as
just,
fuck.
I was about to say, you got fucking no hair.
Against
No
St
hair.
George. They
fucking no neck either. Like
Yeah.
he's a thumb.
Dude.
The ears.
No, no,
he
he is
was
a
the end
fucking-
of your thumb. Like
Yeah.
that was his face and that was it.
Yeah, Mick Wayman.
No chin,
Again,
no
well,
neck.
you know what though? Mick Wayman did have higher honours. Mick Wayman, I think, maybe represented the state or the country even. That's telling you, he looks like a nut trucker.
Did he? No, I don't think he represented the nation.
I
did
think
he?
Mick Wayman played for New South Wales and Australia.
So
Yeah, he played 4 games for New South Wales, 1 game for Australia.
good. You
No,
are
no,
good.
That doesn't
No, that's not a
sound
nut
dour.
trucker.
enough.
No, it's not. Dude.
So
It's
the
not.
highest honours that you can have played, no longer a thing, but City versus Country, which is the Nut Truckers World Cup, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
not bigger than Orange.
No.
It used to be like the dress. It used to be like a.
It used to be the
it was a New South
selection
Wales
game for New South Wales.
selection criteria. But
what's
like,
it now?
Well, it's no longer existing.
They got rid of
They
it.
got rid of it.
Right.
But it used to be a one-off game, and it was like Nut Trucker City, and most of them. You could have had a fucking man of the match performance in the City Country. You often were never picked for Origin. Like it's such a horse.
Origin players rarely played it.
Yeah.
That was the
It's like
irony.
it's an
that it
Origin
was supposed to
selection,
be.
and that's like you could have literally killed it. Like, nah, sorry, dude. It's like, what do I have to do? Lance Thompson, R.I.P. But Nut Trucker, he was one of the great Nut Truckers.
Did he die?
He's no longer
Is
with
he
us.
actually-
No, he's no longer with
Well, he
us.
trucked nut and died.
Too much.
He died trucking
Dude,
it.
well, listen, he was a slave to the nut. Like, that's, you know.
Why does every one of these blokes sound like they look like? I just imagine.
But it's in the same way that league players have like very obvious names, but so do AFL players. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bontempelli is such an AFL name, dude.
Bontum.
You know what I mean? Bontempelli is such a but like and like your
Scott Pendlebury.
Scott Pendlebury is exactly these ones where you're like, this is
He's
such
not playing NRL. You're not.
He's not playing NRL.
Scott
He
Pendlebury.
might play cricket, but like he's
Tom
def-
Mitchell.
Tom Mitchell. Well, Tom Mitchell's
it's
a
a
bit more.
little bit
Latrell
rugby.
Mitchell we've got, but it's like
Scott Pendlebury.
there's a few of them though, and I'm gonna fucking forget them. There's no point in even trying to remember. But like me and my mate, shout out Bracey, we would just try and like the game was just to say AFL last names, like that was it. And
Because you listed 2 and then you stopped.
because I used to do it all the time, and now I don't pay as much attention anymore. You know what I mean? Even Dan Hanbury, like that's an AFL name.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Christian Petrarca.
Christian Petrarca.
Yeah.
Good player, isn't he? Yeah.
Can't.
Who's the mullet guy I got on the jumper? Baz Lanka.
Yeah.
Baz Lanka.
I know that's not his name.
No,
Bailey
Bailey
Smith.
Smith.
Actually,
Bailey
that's not.
Smith.
No, that's
Tom
not.
Papley's a good one.
Papley.
I think you boys are demonstrating that your knowledge of AFL is about on par with our knowledge of NRL.
I reckon my knowledge of AFL is better than your knowledge of NRL.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
I can't
Test
even.
me.
I couldn't name a single NRL
Test
player.
ya.
You couldn't name a
Who
single
won the
NRL player?
2000
Anthony Mundine.
Who won the
Okay.
Who won the 2010 premiership?
Oh, I know who won the 1990.
Well, that's not what the question was.
St. George.
Hang
and
on, can
Warren.
I do the 1999
What did you say?
one?
2010.
2010, yep.
I'm going to go with
You're just guessing. So
No,
just,
no. I just didn't think they won one for Parramatta.
No.
Eels.
So the fact
When was
you
the
said
last time-
Parramatta
yeah.
Eels.
implies you know nothing.
Yeah,
at all.
because
They haven't won one for a while.
40
That's
years.
no. So I actually stopped myself from saying Parramatta because
Well,
they
you
haven't
didn't
won.
stop yourself.
But you said Parramatta.
The Canterbury Bulldogs.
No.
No.
You just
The
saying-
South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Oh.
But in fairness, I don't know who won the 2010.
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Yes.
Is it Swans?
Is that why you've asked it?
No, it was the Swans.
No.
You don't know the inverse?
Yes.
I think it was Geelong.
Wasn't Geelong.
Was it Collingwood?
Was Collingwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
the draw.
yeah.
The draw grand final.
St Kilda.
yeah, St Kilda. They came
Yeah,
back.
but it's okay. So 2010. He doesn't know the answer either.
Yes, I do. It's fucking Collingwood, and then they replay.
2010 NRL Premier.
Oh, the 2010 Dragons.
Yeah, we know that. Piece of piss. Piece of piss. St Kilda should have won that. That big, tall, Rewalt bloke.
Who got the
big
smother?
fucking
Was that?
albino.
Hold on. I know who it was as well. Who got the smother? And he's got a brother who coached North Melbourne for like 3 seconds and then got fucked off. The bald
Gee.
guy. And he played for GWS as well.
He did. That's why you know him though, because he was.
No. Because I know the
South Welshman
smother
for a while there.
Fuck off. I can't remember his name though.
Listen, we're
He's also
dialed
on
in.
Dabble.
It's an AFL name. Reece
Shaw,
So
yes.
Heath Shaw.
Heath and Reece.
I know Heath.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Heath Shaw is an AFL name.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Grundy? Grundy's AFL as fuck, dude. Grundy's so
Brody
AFL.
Didn't Grundy own bras and things?
Max Gawn.
Max Gawn. Yeah.
Max
so he wants-
Gawn owns
Dean
bars.
Cox.
Dean Cox. Even,
Chris Judd.
well, Mason Cox.
Mason Cox?
Canadian, but, you
Can
know.
I give you one name
not
that you
Canadian.
boys should actually get around?
Who's the fucking...
Ablett?
He's American.
I thought he was Canadian.
Ruben Ginby.
Ruben Ginby.
I got to tell you, boys, I know you've seen some athletes over on your side of Australia, but this man, nay,
Ginby.
boy,
Hold on a second.
Ruben Ginby, top recruit for West Coast
I'm
this
just
year.
going to Google him. So
Have
I
a
can-
look at him. I don't know how much more you can.
Ruben?
Ruben Ginby,
should really
the
have that
boy.
fucking TV
Oh,
for
you've got a big NRL audience, fellas. In fact, it could be
J.I.
all of the audience.
We're actually
G.
our biggest market's actually Perth, funnily enough.
Ruben Ginby, is
We're
it really?
huge in Perth.
Actually,
No. Ruben G.
Gin, Gin, like the drink, B-E-Y.
I-N-B. Oh, here we go.
Like Beyonce.
Here we go. Images.
Have a look at him.
Play the
Oh,
song.
damn, dude. He's
Play the
big.
song out.
Is he thick?
Oh, yeah, but he's rangy. He's AFL rangy. He's fucking massive.
He's just a fucking Adonis, and he's the
Chelsea
new.
Gander.
Red nut.
He's the new.
Oh, is he?
He's the guy.
Is he the next man up?
He's
Is he the next heartthrob? He's got
Yeah,
big
yeah,
pipes
yeah.
on
Yeah.
it.
Heartthrob or like weapon?
Yeah, both. All,
Everything.
Everything. I don't
He
know
looks
how
like
much
he
more we
belongs
can
in a
say about
Rocky
him. He's
film,
like
bro.
the guy.
Jesus
Oh, okay. How tall is he?
Christ.
What's his dimensions, Eddie? I didn't. I didn't
Big enough.
He's a big, thick Australian boy.
1.91
He's 191.
Oh, he's Ranger too.
a meter
but he's
91.
18.
That's not that tall.
Yeah. He's
Doesn't
fresh.
need to
A
be,
metre
mate.
91.
He's fucking ripped.
He's still
Pretty
growing.
tall.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm 200
Ruben
plus sort
Jimmy,
of
look
vibes.
him up. If you're just listening along,
Yeah,
you're
look
like,
up Ruben
you're like,
Jimby.
AFL, these fucking
Ruben
guys.
Jimby, big red nut, looks blonde in the sun.
If you were to sponsor Ruben Jimby, be costing you 50 grand.
That's
Maybe more.
diamond.
Oh,
That's
okay.
diamond
So
level.
hold on. So there are like you can get nut truckers of the AFL or the what do they call them, backmen? But like so they were. But if you were to go for primo shit,
I
you actually
feel-
have to pay big.
No, you can't
dicky
buy the captain of GWS
for
for.
$1,500.
For
That makes sense.
$1,500.
I reckon you probably couldn't rugby league. Can you?
Well, no, GWS was
5,000.
5,000 bucks.
Dave, can you just have a look to
that'd be
see
great.
if there's anything online
You're
for
excited
like
about
what
this, yeah.
what it costs to sponsor players?
Yeah, so Manly Seagulls, there is just one price here. I don't know if you get different prices for different players, but it says 15,000.
What do you get?
15 grand.
Do you get the team? Do you get the player?
Yeah, do I get the whole fucking?
Does he live with you?
Is he moving in? Is he gonna look
Yeah,
after the
player
kids
appearance.
while I'm out? Like, is he
Come to your, does he come to the
plays your
workplace?
missus?
Does he come to the workplace?
Yeah, well, he's an au pair.
It doesn't come to the workplace, but you get 2 invitations to the player partner barbecue meet and greet.
Yeah, you know what? That's
The player partner barbecue meet and greet.
Sorry. That's costing you 15 grand.
That's huge. Couple
So
of
what?
snags.
You meet the player and their partner,
at a barbecue.
or do
I
they,
think-
or
I
do
think-
they
no, no,
meet you and your
It's for-
partner?
No, so this
You're the
membership,
partner.
like, sponsorship thing is called player partner.
Yeah, you're the
I'm a
player partner.
Okay, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, so you're on a
sponsorship. I don't
barbecue.
want-
What else do you get for 15 fucking
Yeah,
grand?
I don't need to
you
eat
get-
sausages with the man. I just need my fucking logo on the big screen at a game.
Well, yeah, you get recognition and promotion in weekly online team announcements. Big screen and ground announcement exposures.
15 grand.
Yeah, personalised signed and framed player photo.
Already got it.
Yeah, you get memberships. You get tickets in the industry sports lounge at regular season home games.
Oh
What's
my
that?
god, the industry sports.
Also, regular season home games. You make finals. Sorry, bruh. You're not coming in. That 15 grand means
correct.
that 15 grand's no good here
Correct.
in the fucking post.
$15,000.
Is that at Manly or is that everything?
This is Manly.
Do you reckon it's
my
up for
God.
negotiation? Do you
I'm gonna definitely be like, is there some wiggle room there? Like, how about 1,500?
Are all 30 fucking players still available?
Yeah, with
Fucking
respect to fucking Ben Condon of 2 games in NRL fame, like, do I need to pay him 15 grand to sponsor Ben? And that's no knock on Ben, but
It's
Ben
un-
is fucking Ben's played 3 games. Is he the same as Daly Cherry Evans?
I certainly hope not.
Because I got my eye on Ben.
Can you just check? Do they come to your workplace as well? Is that
Yeah.
It doesn't say they come to your workplace. No.
Devo.
Damn.
How are you still going? You're up watching the cricket at fucking 4 a.m.
I was. I got to bed at like 5, but
the fuck?
yeah, it was fucked, dude. It was fucked up. But I felt there was some history brewing. I felt there was something brewing.
People have said it's the greatest game of all time.
It was fucking enthralling, dude. Are you guys cricket fans at least?
Yeah.
like to roll
It
the arm
was
over?
in.
That's where we come together as one.
dude. Yeah, the nation comes together. Like
There's a trophy in one of the bags.
More beers for the boys as well, please.
It's in
The
a big bag, Nick. Show you how big a cricket fans we are, mate.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're this big.
Yeah.
This sort of.
Huge.
But like, where I noticed the tone of the interaction with our audience softens when the nation is playing cricket.
Well, we come
'Cause
together as one.
during rugby
Tom, it's as
league
simple
or
as that.
Origin, it's like fuck you, you fucking loser. Or Manly, it's like fuck you. Everyone's talking shit. And then when I was up last night,
It's all nation.
for the nation watching the cricket. The amount of support I got was kind of what
You
kept
inspired
me going.
me.
People were like, fucking yes, dude, doing it for the country. I'm like, fucking oath, I'm staying up. Shout out to my wife who let me sleep in all morning.
I was going to say, you just wake up.
Well, no, yeah. I went and slept in my daughter's room who had come into our bed. I went in there and I'm like, well, fuck.
So
free
what's
room.
this? What is this?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
the ball's off. That's fine.
It's fucking broke.
Oh,
Oh, my.
Hope this thing isn't
ball's
doing-
off.
Shout out to Virgin for their baggage handling.
Fucking hell. I can't believe this. This is
the
fucking
greatest-
broken.
Well, oh gosh, this
This has been in every episode we've ever done on Backchat. This
Really?
trophy
this
right
ball.
here.
This is actually the
I
ball.
want to feel the nut.
What's the nut? Who's the nut? What's
So
the nut?
this is a trophy from my grand final 5 for 16. Took that
5
Read it out. Read it out. Read it out in total.
16.
Read it out.
best
in total.
performance in a final. 5 wickets for 16 runs. Const. That's the ball from
What level?
under 12s.
Under 12s.
You took a
And
five.
it's just broken?
Mate, it's broke on the fucking way here. I can't believe we got the
Oh,
ball
yeah.
out.
Oh,
Every
wow.
guest interview we've done probably 100 guest interviews. We've done 200 episodes. This has been with us all over the country.
I
It
could
went
get
into
this
it went
thing
to
to do it.
fucking Belgium last year. Dan Ricciardo held this fucking
Oh,
trophy.
shit. And it's broken.
It's broken, yeah.
Does it feel?
How are you feeling right now saying that you're fucking
I feel
proud?
fucking disgusting.
Holding that ball was like Thanos, like holding a ring.
Oh, like
for
you
a
having
second.
flashbacks?
Yeah, that was wild.
Do you remember holding this? Do you
Yeah.
remember the firefight?
Leg spinners.
Is that a
Bowl of pies.
regulation?
No, that's not right.
No,
That's a
it's
12-year-old's ball.
It's a
Oh,
cook,
I'm not
it's
sure.
kookaburra.
I'm
It's
just
definitely a
asking
kookaburra.
no disrespect to 12-year-olds, the nationwide, but 12-year-old hands aren't going to be able to spin an adult ball.
I could.
the-
They often thought I'd
You
I'd
got
go
spinner's
far.
hands.
Yeah.
Look at those
Sausages.
hands. Well, just fucking, yeah, that's what you need there. You need
Well, you say what? You're a bit of a wristy.
So
Yeah.
Dan loves a wristy.
Backhand.
Absolutely
well,
loves
who
it.
doesn't? That's
So we ask
Gee.
every guest we have on the podcast your greatest sporting achievement, but they can't be in their chosen sport, right? We don't want to fucking hear about.
I remember you asked us
Dan-
that, but I don't remember what the fuck
Yeah.
you said.
Can you
Marathon,
remember?
maybe.
Can you remember?
Marathon?
It
No.
was very good.
I don't remember.
It
I
was,
don't remember.
I remember.
I have no
Mate,
recollection.
Yeah, I remember.
What was mine?
You've been putting since you were fucking.
you were
10
Oh, no,
years
that was
old.
me. You were
Tom, you're a putter.
I was a putter. That's right.
His dad had been taking him down the back
Dad
part.
was
He'd been
making me
shot
put
Oh,
put.
you've been
shot put in the
putting- shot put.
backyard.
That's right, you
That's
put.
right.
You're a putter.
Well, I was a putter.
You got put about you.
Yeah.
So
I
we
was a
showed this
putter
to
of
Justin
note.
Langer. Had Justin Langer on the podcast.
Did you have Justin on?
Yeah,
Didn't know.
It's quite.
Didn't know you had Justin on.
quite
How'd that go?
No, but it was like he was pretty relaxed.
He was
wasn't
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I thought he was pretty
chill
sweet,
guy.
wasn't he?
Real
Pretty chill guy.
Pretty tame
Like he
fella.
was like when like he said a couple of things, but afterwards he was pretty.
He was happy for it to go to air, right?
It was a great experience.
Like he didn't care, did he?
I'd have him on again. To be honest, definitely have him on again. I showed that trophy
Kept
to
hitting
Justin.
me in the interview.
He was not impressed with that. He fucking looked at it and he was like, "Yeah, mate, I'll fucking hit you for fucking 10 sixes off and over." It's like, mate, that's not even possible. There's only 6 balls and over. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking.
Jesus Christ.
I was 12. Yeah, mate, I'll
man,
still
Justin.
smack you.
Yeah, he seems like he's intense.
Heard that.
Was that the first time you guys got like massive coverage for something
Yeah.
you've done?
Didn't feel good either.
BBC.
There's something about it that's it's a bit overwhelming.
Do you? I was complete. I had like a mental breakdown.
Yeah, like it kind of wigs you out. But even though it's good technically because it's like it's promotion for you
You're making like a podcast you want people to listen to and people are listening to it.
and it's going well.
But you do have someone that is high profile that maybe wants to rip your sack off.
I think that we probably are quite similar. Like we don't like controversy. We like speaking to lads and interviewing them
Yeah.
and talking shit and having beers. But the controversy is not what we like exist for.
It's not why you do it, but if it happens, it is good, even though in the moment you feel like you've lost control a little bit.
Felt no good. No good. I couldn't have played it any better with JL too. Like we know each other before. Like that's how we sort of did the interview. He's a director at West Coast as well now, which is irrelevant, but I thought I'd just say that. And I told him 5 times. I was like, mate, this is going to go fucking nuts. We will take out what you said because it will go nuts. And he, all good, mate, all good. Dropped it, went nuts. BBC's calling me. Got my private number somehow. BBC, fucking biggest sporting thing in the world.
Yeah.
Just want to grab you on for a chat on our news show at 6 p.m. Like,
Did you do it? Were you doing those? Or were you like, nah?
I did a few to start with, and then I was like, this is getting psycho. And then it went crazy. Anyway, like, left it for 24 hours, didn't speak to JL, and then spoke to him after that.
So did he reach out to you before that?
Not for the first 24 hours.
Can we just quickly, what did he say again? He was called like, he essentially was like inferring that
In
the players were
context,
cowards of
so in context, he basically just said that, fuck, I can't.
He said there were people like letting like leaking information, and they didn't want to put their name to it. And he said, if they're saying that stuff, they didn't want to say it to me. They're cowards.
Yeah,
Right,
he wanted
and the
to
way
hear
that
it to
people
his
tried to
face.
infer was that he was like, he called Pat Cummins a
said-
coward.
He
and
said
shit.
the word Pat Cummins, he said the word cowards at some point in the interview, and then the headline was like,
Vinci.
Justin Langer says Pat Cummins is a coward, which he never said.
Modern media.
He did not fucking say that.
No.
Right.
And in context, it was a really good interview. It was just being honest.
It was a great interview.
Anyway, it fucking went off its head. And then I rang him the second day round. I said, hey, mate, how you going? It was not good. It wasn't good. Yeah, he said, how the fuck do you think I'm going? I was like, mate, I'm
And what'd you say to that?
I apologise. I was like,
But
look,
like, you're fucking like, bruh.
I apologise, and we're all good. We're all good now. But at the time, just like if you hosted it, if you've said it and it's gone wild, like you don't want that attention. No one wants controversial attention. Like it's not a fucking good.
No,
feeling.
but the thing I guess, in the way I see it, is slightly different in that I would love for someone to come on. I'm not trying to get anyone to say anything fucked up. I'm not looking for it. But if you say it, fucking
no. So that's what happened to us.
But also,
That's what happened to us.
Yeah.
but also, if you've cleared it, if you've given him every opportunity to take it out,
which we did.
Yeah.
which you did, then at a certain point, you've got to stop feeling sorry for yourself.
It's like, if you just whacked it
It's
up.
still just not a good feeling though.
He also,
No, I get that. It still feels uncomfortable again because I feel like you've lost control of whatever it is because everyone's talking about your show and what he said on your show and all this different shit. And you used to be like, okay, I can't. Like, there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
But then. You know, I bet it was a fucking heavily downloaded episode.
Oh, yeah.
I bet a lot of people
Don't worry,
listened to
country.
it.
No one in the country.
He
We're
actually
fucking
said,
wild. We're fucking
It
wild.
was fucking everywhere.
Someone
dude.
fucking screenshot it with no one in the country. Screenshot that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, you screenshot it and you put it into every fucking media deck.
exactly.
Yeah, don't worry.
Number
We're
one
better
sports
than
show in the
Joe
country.
Joe Rogan, who's that? I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's not number one. Listen, how old's his photo? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It happened. Okay.
Very
he
recently.
literally said in the interview, he goes, now, I've never told anyone this, so you probably get some headlines out of this.
You love to hear that.
That's what happened. That's when all the controversy. That's what he said right before it.
Literally, I've
And
never
do you
told
reckon that,
anyone
like,
this,
did that
so
put you
probably get
guys
some
into a
headlines.
different level of, like, audience? Did people stick
Think so.
around after that?
Yeah, I think so.
That's very similar to how we had our...
Who was your
An-
Justin Langer?
Anthony Watmo, former Manly Seagulls player.
What did he say?
He got he was a club great. He won multiple comps to the club.
He's actually a lifelong member at Manly as well.
And he not a nut trucker, like a phenomenal
heart
player.
and soul.
Yeah, fucking
Played for
animal,
Australia,
dude.
played
New South
fucking
Wales,
maybe
won 2
15
competitions.
caps.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
New South
fucking
Wales,
hectic.
like the
guy.
beast.
So he got fucked off from the club. He had bad knee issues and shit, and like a unceremonious exit from the club, which was fucked. Like it wasn't good. But he basically
he left, mate, when they got rid of Gifty.
well, there was just turmoil at the club because they were getting rid of players. He's fucked off. Turmoil. He went and played like 5 games for another club, and his knees fucking died, and he retired. But he never said a word about the turmoil for years. Like, everyone knew it was there, but he never spoke about it. We had a mutual friend, and it was like, do you reckon Watmo would come on the podcast? He was like, I'll ask him. We were nothing. Like, it was no reason why he should have done it, but he fucking did it. And then he walked in and just goes like, how controversial do you want me to be? And we were like, again, not looking for it. We were like, whatever. Like, yeah, as much as you want. And then he gets in there and he
goes, before the interview, he goes, ask me about Cherry Evans. And I was like, what? Like, we weren't going to fucking touch that with a 10.
Yeah, we weren't going to go near
pole.
the controversy. We were just going to ask him about his career and, generic-y sort of shit. He's like, ask me about it. We're like,
he was like pacing as well. I'll never forget it. Like, he's like,
He's
he
like a caged
works
animal,
out.
like,
He's fucking ripped. Like, his legs are shaved. He's got Air Maxes on. Like, he looked like a bit of a beast. I'll never forget that. And he's like, mate, ask me.
Dan, right?
yes,
It's a bit like Dan, like a lot like Dan. Ask me about Cherry Evans. I'm like, whoa, okay.
So you're
we
like,
get into
I'm
it,
gonna
and then
ask.
we ask. And
welcome to the podcast. How do you feel about Cherry Evans?
anyway, he calls Cherry Evans the now Manly captain, the now
Who we
Queensland
love.
captain, who we love, dear friend of ours, but it did happen. I'm
And
not
they've
going to
made
try and
amends.
rewrite history, and they have broken bread. Called him a fuckwit. It went.
He goes, Cherry Evans a fuckwit.
Fuckwit.
He goes, the club's fuck this, fuck
Bero's
that.
kicking me under the table
I'm
like,
kicking him going.
bruh.
I was still in my radio days knowing like
What would happen?
working in sport and shit, and it was like when anyone said anything, all I would do in radio was like write out what they said straight to every journal I've got a contact for, and so I'm like, okay, I'll just go home and quickly do this right fucking now. Just pumped it out to like 50 cunts, and then it was on like Channel 9 News, fucking Fox League, NRL 360, like it was everything, and every time journos would try and call him to get a quote or get into it, he'd go, Hello Sport exclusive.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he'd go, Hello Sport exclusive.
What a fucking
What a mad. Wait, give us a quote, would you, Chuck? Nah, Hello Sport exclusive. What a mad.
Is he a fucking mural?
We
up here
should
somewhere?
actually
Do you
have a photo of
We
him.
will,
in
we
here.
will.
What a fucking
Yeah, mad
legend.
cunt.
We've had a couple of end of year dinners at his restaurant.
We have our
and
Christmas parties at his 11 at his
he's-
restaurants.
Listen, all I'll say is Chuck likes a good time.
If
That's
there's
all I'll
any
say.
opportunity to meet Chocker,
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the great cunts living.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
a
was
gonna
real.
say, sounds
He's
like
a real alpha.
Yeah, dude.
Like sometimes you meet those alphas where you go, oh, they always take your breath away. Like,
Yeah.
damn, like this guy's
This guy's an alpha
fucking
male.
alpha
shaved
male.
legs, working out, asking
Yeah.
about
Dude.
Cherry Evans.
Dude, you should
Yeah.
see him in the fucking
In
gym.
the gym,
like,
he's a weapon.
beast, bro.
I feel like this is Cuzzy.
Yeah, this is Ben Cousins.
We have Ben Cousins.
Well, I know Ben.
Dude,
We know of him.
We know of him. I don't know him.
So no,
Have you
Cuzzy's
heard-
never spoken about anything, but
Are you trying?
yeah, we've been very
Close?
close a few times.
That would be an
But
amazing.
I'm the one holding it back now. I'm like, I don't want that.
There's a part of
fire.
that I understand as well because he seems like he's doing all right.
He's starting reading the news for fucking Channel 7. He's
Dude,
reading.
Front page of the paper was like Ben.
He
Cousins
started
back.
reading the news.
The sports.
That's
yeah.
such a great. That's
unbelievable.
Awesome, dude.
I love
And
hearing
he looks.
that.
Get a photo.
He's so hot
He
generally.
looks
He's
a
looking
fucking
good.
million. He looks better than when he was playing.
So he's kicked it, obviously. Like he's
yeah.
good.
No,
to
he's
go.
good. I see him quite a bit. Do a few function stuff around with him.
And
Because
it's
it
funny
took
'cause
him.
there was-
He took him quite a while, right? He
Yeah, he
went
lost,
to
lost
Duff
everything.
fucking ages.
Lost
Lost everything.
Lost everything. He was sleeping in a. I
He
ran
was
in-
homeless, right?
I ran into him in the city. He was fucking
at
sleeping
this
on a
man.
park bench in a fucking sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Be surprised if he had a sleeping bag.
Wow.
Look at him.
That's great. Isn't that fucking awesome, dude? At the
I'd
birdcage of
love
all
to
places.
see that.
Don't tempt yourself.
I mean,
Dude. Get
is
the
toilet-
fuck out of the
toilet
bird.
through there?
Yeah,
Oh,
go
well.
through there.
Isn't that terrific?
He was. Yeah, Cuzzy. He's a man. He's going really well. He's going really well. But he's like the Prince of Perth is his nickname. He's the guy.
Yes, he's the
alpha
man.
male. He walks into a room. They played 20 years ago. And if he walked in, every fucking girl, every guy, everyone that ever
he's the
existed,
man.
Cuzzy, Prince of Perth.
I like that.
Was that West Coast first flag?
Nah, they were first in the comp in 87 and they won 92-94. And that was like the goal.
94.
I should have asked you.
I should have fucking I should just come over the top here.
So they won 92-94. That was like the golden.
David Wirapunda?
Golden Eagles.
Is that?
No, it was another year. When's another year they've won the premiership?
But was he a West Coast guy though, right?
Yeah.
Another year they won the comp.
Dude, what a fucking animal.
When was that though? He's asking.
Oh, okay. So
They've won 4 flags.
So 92-94, then
2006,
2005,
5, 6.
2005.
Six.
It's
Six.
2005.
Which
Swans won 2006.
No, other way around. 6.
No, I think I'm right.
No. We
Swans
won 5.
beat
They
us
won
on the
6.
bell. They beat us on the bell first.
6.
Tom,
6.
you're incorrect, mate.
6.
Eddie.
6.
2005, Sydney win the flag.
Yeah.
2006,
With
Eagles
fucking
come
who
back.
took the
Leo
fucking
Barry, you star!
Yeah.
Okay, so that right there tells me you know more about AFL than I know about.
Yeah,
AFL.
yeah, fuck
I
yeah,
can't
dude.
do a fucking call from the
Mate, I'll
grand
watch
final.
AFL Grand Final.
Right.
And I haven't watched a game of AFL.
I'm disappointed in myself. I was a big
On
big
Saturday, do we have
Melbourne
tickets or do we need to get tickets?
No, I got
Oh, fuck yeah. Fantastic. I was
I'm
like-
shooting for a box still, so.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, shoot for the stars.
Yeah, shoot for the stars. land
I
on
got
the moon.
requests out with CEOs, big dogs.
I would love a box, just so you know.
yeah.
So would I. So
That'd
would
be
I.
really nice.
sliders?
I was a Melbourne Storm fan.
When?
Brett Camorley. Matt Geyer,
Yep.
right?
Who's Matt's brother? Do you know Matt's brother?
Brett.
Western Reds player.
Really?
Didn't know.
97,
Mark
99.
99.
99, penalty try, grand final.
Who's-
I was
who
an
scored it?
NRL.
I went to that game.
I reckon he had like a shaved head, the guy.
No.
Like a bit of a short back and sides
Well,
type
Matt
operator.
Guy's got the shaved head. That's
Yeah, Matt Geyer was my guy.
He was your guy.
Connotation, don't mind.
See you, guy. So just circling back to the King of the West,
Prince of Perth.
Prince of Perth. Why wouldn't you interview him if you don't want to touch? You want
Honestly,
you don't
I
want to
know,
go over that
I know
sort
him
of
quite
ground?
well, and he's in a really fucking good space. And I think that it would just be taken out of context whatever we spoke to him about.
Yeah.
We said, "Oh mate, like how you going?" And he says, "You know, really like I've heard him speak he does private sort of functions and so I MC a little bit for him, and he'll be like, you know, how's he going?" He's like, "Look, I've learned a fucking lot of lessons, done a lot of fucking things wrong, and." You know, just so appreciative of the support people have always showed me. He's like, speaks so well about it, but I think it would just get taken out of context. And I think, like, probably where he is personally, like, it wouldn't be good for him to have any sort of, like, that sort of attention.
It's
like,
funny
back
as
in
well.
back in the day
Like
kind of
when,
thing.
no,
Yes.
it's not funny, but
That
the one-
documentary
the-
on YouTube.
He was
but
full blown. He was an ice addict, mate.
Yeah,
Full blown
like
ice
he was a
addict.
full-on. But
He was a homeless
There
ice
was a
addict.
recent one, Basil Zemplis or some shit.
Real bad.
That was awful.
Real bad.
That was like, oh, he's all good. It was like that seemed really like. And again, I don't know if you've got any relationships. I'm not trying to shoot him, but that seemed really opportunist and not like in the best interest of the person. It was like,
Real bad.
we've got this junkie to agree to a fucking interview, and we're just going
Correct.
to drive him around Perth.
They were
and-
like throwing big coin at him as well, right?
did they give him money?
Oh, yeah.
Of course they did.
Huge. Channel
like-
7.
That's so irresponsible.
Mate, like, yeah, he was in a bad. I don't know what he's done to sort of get himself back on the rail. Like, he was off the rails completely.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
But he goes to like his daughter's sports game or whatever. Like back page of the paper, cousin spotted at daughter's game. Like
Yeah, it's everything.
it's
Mate, I fucking you see it in New South Wales those articles, and I'm like interested.
Yeah, he's very well known over here.
Yeah.
Very, very well
Prince
known.
Perth.
But great to hear he's doing well. Fucking terrific hearing he's doing well.
So what's happening? What's on the horizon with you guys? So you've got obviously Backchat Studios, and then there's like a few things. That's like an umbrella.
Yeah, we've kind of been trying to, softly launch that over the past month or two. We're just making a podcast network, Backchat Studios. Backchat's kind of our flagship. It'd be like Hello Sport for you boys. And then we're just branching out, trying not to host every podcast that we do.
exactly the same thought
Yeah.
process we had, where it's like there's probably like a fucking
There is a
saturation
limit.
point.
There is a limit of Tom
and Eddie
Will,
talk cars.
Dan. Yeah, correct.
Where's
So
your
we-
favourite spaghetti
so-
bolognese?
We just launched a full
We could
drive
do- we
podcast, and I know nothing about cars.
Yeah.
Like, Scully, do you want to host it? Nah.
Let's get someone who knows what they're talking about.
So we've got podcast network, Backchat Studios. We got 7 in there right now.
Love that.
Got goals for bigger. Got nice little crew working on it with us.
Yeah.
We need a bigger space. This is very impressive in Hello Sport
I
Studios.
I must admit, I like your space. obviously you've probably outgrown it. But
Well, it's
your
my
space is
house.
nice. But it's
Yes.
nice, but it's sick.
Yeah.
Huge, massive garage. Like,
I've-
when we
that's
got
a-
in there,
that-
I was shocked at the size.
That's a
of it.
humongous garage.
It's pretty good.
That's a 10
fucking-
car.
That's 10 cars at least.
At least.
It had all my shit in it, like just boxes of stuff. And we put a fucking table in the corner one day and put our microphones on. Well, we'll just do it in here for a day. It was raining at our previous venue and it was a tin roof.
Yeah.
And we fucking got rained out.
Loud as
We got tin roof here. It's if it rains, it's a fucking
Well, we were like, we
gotta
can't do
rain
it
hard.
anymore.
It does have to
I
rain.
was like, we got the concrete bunker at home. Let's just do it in there. But it had shit everywhere. And then like we like took some boxes out, and eventually got some a storage facility to put my stuff in. Did it down there. But we're just looking at some venues now for
Yeah.
Backchat Studios. It's meant to be just like we make podcasts basically.
Yeah.
And
You're thinking of moving to the great state of New South Wales? And
I'd
to
have
Sydney
very
and fucking-
happily make an alliance of
Mate,
of
just get over
kings.
it.
The Kings
Let's-
Alliance.
East and
Yeah.
West, baby.
Yeah.
A
That's it.
union.
There you
A,
go.
Yeah, I'd rather
a
a cross
holy
state
matrimony.
alliance.
Well, listen,
I don't
I'm
want
happy
to.
do
I
that
don't
as
want to
well.
encroach your territory. It's like drug dealers.
No,
you
that's
can't
true.
like,
We just put like some sort of cable that runs across the country.
Yeah,
you
That's
know?
why it's an alliance. So, like, like if there was like drug dealers in Mexico and America, like they'd
Yes.
just be doing their own thing, but like they'd
But
still understand.
we still want to
But
sell
there is
drugs
still a
individually, but let's also sell drugs together.
correct.
I like that. Like we're stronger. We're going to be able to reach more of the country with
You're
selling
just be able to
drugs.
sell more drugs.
You're going to be able to sell more drugs if you're supporting each other selling drugs,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And your drugs
A friend
taste
in need is a
different
friend
to us.
indeed.
Dude, you and you've got different drugs, like as in the drugs, Western Australian drugs are a little different to Australian drugs.
Mostly meth
sorry,
over in WA.
New
They
South
couldn't be
Wales
the
drugs.
same, surely.
Surely not.
Surely.
The winds would whip up different.
Oh,
sort
the
of,
doctor.
Yeah,
Doctor.
the doctor.
If the doctor's got anything to do with
Do
it.
you guys know about the Freo doctor?
Oh, yeah,
fucking
doctor.
mate. Well, we're cricket
We've been
fans.
watching Test cricket our whole lives.
Except
We know about the
unfortunately
doctor.
now up the stadiums ruin the Fremantle doctor.
Yeah. When it whip it in the arvo,
Yeah.
ball start doing a bit.
The rumor is that the Freo Dockers were actually meant to be called the Freo Doctors. 'Cause-
Really?
Bullshit.
No, that's what I've heard.
That's a thing.
No, it's not. It's just a joke.
I would have taken
That's
it.
good, though.
It sounds similar enough, though.
Yeah, correct.
Also, shout out to Freo, the Dockers, because Pond did their song, and I love Pond. You guys have got the best bands in the world. West Australia, Pond,
Pond-
Tame Impala.
Pond do
Pond did it, or maybe it was Kevin Parker actually.
Yeah,
who
Kevin
redid it.
Parker.
Was it
Yeah.
Kevin?
He's their number one ticket holder.
Yeah, and I bet
Of the Dockers?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he like redid their team song.
He'd done something to his wrist or his arm. He was walking around the ground
jerking.
a few weeks ago. He was jerking off.
I did
He did his hip a
His
couple
hip.
months ago.
He was at the
Humping?
ground with his arm in a sling. I was like, "Don't you fucking play music? Like, what
Yeah,
the
that'd
fuck's
be
happening
tough.
right now?"
And at least he can still sing. But
Shout out to him.
my favourite band in the world is Tame Impala, Perth stock. Pond, not far off.
Pond, it's good.
Fucking dope.
It's good. Who else do we got? We got Eskimo Joe. They're from Freo.
Eskimo.
They're more of a
Joe.
rugby league band, honestly. They're like halftime.
Are they
Black
from
fingernails,
Perth?
From Fremantle.
red wine.
Dude, Eskimo
From
Joe
the sea.
reeks of a grand final halftime performance.
See,
Yeah, you
hello, hello, oh, hello.
You could use that song.
are the turn.
No, well, listen,
You could put Sport at the
we
back
could
there.
use that. Well, we used the Beatles one. I say goodbye and you say hello.
And then it was like,
that was
no,
our
you can't use
first
that.
intro.
You
Hello,
can't use
hello. Like, I think you get sued for that.
Okay.
It's quite funny looking back at the podcast journey, fellas. I mean, you wouldn't have been in here the whole time, I'm assuming.
We've been here for a year.
Whose house were you in?
We're
No,
my house.
we were at a
your
radio
house.
station.
Well, no, we started on the
My
when we
house
used to live
or
together.
our house?
Our house.
Our house.
I moved out after 6 months. Much look, it's obviously it's a bone of
Called it my
contention.
house.
Listen, if we went to therapy, me moving out of the share house we were in after 6 months would be something that would come up, and it'd be like, and it would be.
I actually haven't thought about that, but that was dog. That was dog. You're actually going over whole
Have you not
ground
thought
now.
about it? Or
Yeah,
you-
no, he definitely. I know.
You've been
I
told
know.
about it.
No, now I'm thinking about it
Yeah.
because you just said it. I went to Europe and that it was he couldn't be that
Mate,
far
everyone.
apart.
No, so there wasn't just me and him. There was like fucking everyone. There was like five
share
dudes
house.
in the house, but every one of them. Like I would basically felt like I lived by myself because everyone was like out all the time. No one was there.
I forgot you lived there.
Yeah,
I've actually
dude. I
completely
was
wiped that
like,
from my memory.
this is fucking. I am basically living by myself. So I bailed after 6 months and went and lived with another mate. And I know that if therapy was ever raised, which maybe one day it'd be important to sit on the couch, that'd come up.
Well, listen, we started there and we obviously didn't finish it because you moved
No,
out.
but houses, couches. I was at Triple M. I worked at Triple M, so like I used to sneak him up
Big time.
upstairs.
Big time.
Then
was
we're
a
at
producer, I
Batuta.
wasn't
Then we're at Bloke. Now
on
we're
air.
here.
It's
Yeah.
fucking good.
It's good.
Been
Nice
good to
journey.
watch. You've been a big inspiration for us, fellas.
Well, thanks for coming on, boys.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, we invited ourselves. We flew across the
well,
country.
fuck no. No, you didn't. We were, again, we sell drugs together.
That's
This is-
what I was actually reflecting on that. I think we should sell more drugs, to be honest, together.
Sell more drugs.
Look, let's sell way more. You know what I mean?
Head cut.
Yeah, I think that's how we...
See ya. Thanks for coming,
Thanks for coming
boys.
on.
Great to see you.
My pleasure. We'll take you to your first AFL game.
I've never been on an
I've
AFL game.
been. He's never been.
Never
So you
been.
fucking carry
So
on
I
like you
I
fucking
cheer the red and the white and that. You know what I
I
mean?
love. I've got a Swan
cheer,
singlet
cheer.
Are you going to
somewhere in
merch
here.
up? Are you going to merch up? Are you
I'm not gonna. The singlet I got here,
Wear the
I've already.
Singo.
I'm fat.
Wear
I'm
the-
too
Are you gonna
fat
be a
for
Wear
it.
the
Sydney or
Singo,
you
you
West
fat
Coast?
fuck.
No, I'm a Swan.
So we're going to come in here. We're going to fucking go for New South Wales. You're
And
going to
Manly.
fucking, yeah.
No, we're going for the Swans.
You're going to
Swans.
fucking
No, I'm a
come-
Swans guy.
No, we're actually Swans guys, though.
You're fucking
Blood
not.
culture.
Dane Rampy
He
lives
might
around
be.
the corner from me, dude.
That's
I
fine.
know
Dane
him.
Rampy's a dear friend.
Boys.
Hey, quick question.
I've got a scarf and I've been to
Dude,
games.
I'm not going for the Eagles. I'm sorry. But you're going to go for Manly. That's what's nice about this.
That's what I mean. I'm going to come in here, go for New South Wales.
But
go
we're
for
not
Manly.
I'm gonna go for the what is the other one? Queensland.
Yeah, fine. You know what, dude? Listen,
Mate, they
I'm
got more
so
long kickers.
legit a Swans fan that you can fucking pick Storm
So
and Queensland.
five favourite players. Five.
My 5 favourite players from the Swans: Errol Grundy or whatever he's Errol Goulden.
Right.
Sorry, that's his name, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, but
Buddy.
Heath Grundy was a proper fucking trucker.
Yeah, I know. But
Buddy.
Errol Goulden, Buddy,
Sure.
Rampy,
Sure.
fucking
want their full names. I want their
Heaney,
full- I want their full-
Isaac Heaney,
Isaac Heaney, blonde
What's
cunt.
Rampy's first name?
Dane.
Dane.
I fucking know Dane.
No, but Dane's, you actually, like, when we say Dane's a friend, you think we're joking, we're not.
No,
Dane's
we
a
know
friend.
Dane.
Dane's been in my house before.
Dane is so good
Dane's a
looking.
good man.
I'm 4 as well. I just need one more.
Back
You're
chat
missing
Backman
the
Award.
best.
He's in the top 10.
You're missing the best one.
The best Swan.
Yeah, the best one.
We'll introduce you.
Isaac
They
Heaney.
won't know him.
No,
They
he
won't
said
know him.
Isaac Heaney.
They won't know the best one.
Buddy.
No, he said Buddy.
Yeah,
Disposals.
the fifth
Dispose.
one.
Yeah, I've got. I'm
Jack
one off.
Leach.
No, that's the English spinner.
Lewis.
Jeddah,
Lewis
no.
Jeddah.
Lewis
No,
Robertson.
Robert
Lewis
Thompson.
Jeddah played. You boys know
Lewis
Lewis
yeah,
Jeddah.
we know Jeddah.
Big
Yeah, we know
fan of
Jeddah.
Lewis.
Love
as well.
Lewis. Yeah, we met him.
No, Lewis is a friend.
This is a close personal
So
friend.
he plays the West Coast.
Yeah,
Grundy.
well.
So you can't name five. He doesn't play
Wait, but do
anymore.
you need current players or just any?
No,
Because I can go
current.
Lewis Roberts
Current.
Thompson.
Jack Smith.
I'll give you the one. I'll give you the fifth. I'll give you the fifth.
Well, give me a
His
clue.
name's-
Give me a clue. Give me a clue.
Leo Barry.
His nickname is the Lizard.
No.
The lizard.
Nick?
Oh no! What about? Is there still an Irish guy playing?
No, that's Ty Canelli.
Ty Canelli. Fucking 10 years ago.
One more current player.
Richard.
No, shut up. No one's called Richard in the AFL. There's not one AFL player called Richard. Jesus Christ. There's never been an AFL player called Richard.
Richard Greer.
No, that's Richard Gere.
Simon.
No,
Papa
stop
Lee.
with these fucking
Papa
names. Fuck, dude.
Come on,
Forward
man.
pocket.
I said one before when we were talking about the names.
Oh, Lizard.
No, well,
Oh,
that's his name.
shit. Grundy?
Lizard.
Brody Grundy? Heath Grundy?
Heath Grundy played 10 years ago. He's a fucking
brother.
trucker.
Reg Grundy. Tommy Toroyevich.
I'll give you one. Nick Blakey.
Yeah.
Tom Papley.
Yeah, Paps.
Nick Blakey, nicknamed the Lizard, just signed a 7-year deal. One of our favourite players.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him sign that. But now we got
His
5
nickname the
boys.
Lizard is not because of anything other than he looks like a lizard.
I thought I know reptile.
He's like his fucking torso and neck and head is like one thing, like
Oh,
a lizard. He
okay.
fucking skirts
who's the
around.
lizard?
Who's
thing
the other?
from,
Were you pretty impressed by Errol Goulden though?
Really?
That was impressive,
How do you know
right?
that?
Because he's called Errol, and it's a fucking
Yes,
special
yes.
name.
I'm gonna piss my pants, fellas.
No, we're done.
Let's
We're
wrap it
done.
up. Bye-bye.
Thanks, boys.
Ciao. All right. Well, there was Will and Dan of Backchat fame. Thanks again, boys. This now being recorded a full week later. Eddie and myself sitting here. A lot of water has gone under the bridge. A lot of things have changed. The world as we know it a little different. And when we celebrate the world being different, we do it thanks to our good friends at KO.
Yeah, we do. Every game live and ad free during play, punters and dribblers. You know the drill, but the drill is this.
The world's different.
World's different. World is different. So much water, in fact, has gone under the metaphorical Manly Bridge, Spit Bridge, if you will,
Spit Bridge.
that it's become national news.
Also, the State Bridge, which should probably be the Harbour Bridge. This was recorded on a Wednesday pre.
Oh yes, listen.
State Bridge.
We come to you 7 days since this recording of the Backchat podcast you just listened to. Fantastic. With the news, with the knowledge that New South Wales sucks and we got fucking pounded in game 2, 32-6, didn't throw a punch. Pathetic. We've been over that ad nauseum. Then Monday we get the news. Luke Brooks leaving the Tigers, going to Manly, not on a 3-year deal, Tom, but on a 4-year deal.
Well, not on a 1-year deal, not on a 2-year deal, not on a 3-year deal. On
a 4-year deal. Isaac Moses, the player manager, strikes again. He also gets his boy Tommy Talau over there from the Tigers in centres. He re-signs his other player, Stubby Cooley Canacola.
No, I don't know if Cooler's with Moses, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. But listen.
And
Moses.
Josh Schuster, his player.
Is he? No. I don't know if he is.
Oh, no, he's the other one. No, sorry.
No. There's another.
Re-signs.
Listen, there's a couple of player managers who got the club by the balls, the great and powerful, proud Manly Seagulls club. I will say this. Some people are pumped about Brooks coming to Manly. Some people aren't. Some people think that, well, our reaction was very in the moment. And I've had some time to digest it.
It was primal.
It was real raw and fucking down and dirty.
Unadulterated,
bend over and fucking
have your way
with me sort of stuff. It was that, you know what I mean? It was raw.
Yeah, it was guard down, prepared to be vulnerable.
Guard down, it was legs behind the head. It was door closed, turn the lights off, close the blinds. Yeah, glow in the dark dummy.
Let's you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. So let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. It was Discovery Channel stuff.
It was Discovery Channel, Nat Geo shit. You can eat me if you want.
Yeah. I mean, it was as primal gets. And what you saw was two fans scratching their metaphorical heads and literal heads.
And their little heads.
And cleaning heads, you know what I mean? Having heads cleaned as well.
Polishing heads.
Yeah. I mean...
It was just, that's all it was.
Yeah, nothing off limits.
No.
And
certainly not the heads.
Certainly not the heads. In fact, the heads...
Not off limits.
Yeah.
Does it sound like we're any closer to a real thought around this? Because it doesn't...
No, because we're setting you up.
Yeah.
We're setting you up, Buttercup.
Oh, yeah, we're setting you up.
Like Warney did before he bowled you through the legs. Shout out to the late great Shane Warne.
Before he was completely disrespected on a TV show.
Almost defecated on by a great height by a previous employer.
Yeah.
Who shall not be named.
No, worst show of all time. It's actually disgraceful. We had to turn it off. I felt sick.
It was the worst. It was the worst miniseries I've ever seen in my life. There, I said it. Now, Luke Brooks comes across. You start scratching your metaphorical head. You go, okay, there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Manly Seagulls. There were some unanswered questions last year. There's certainly unanswered questions this year. Like, what's the plan long term? You're signing a player who's 29 this year, Luke Brooks. What's the long term plan for the club? DCE not getting any younger.
Can I ask this question about, because it's not just about DCE not getting any younger. All of the reports, Eddie, and all of the things that the experts are saying is like, you know what? Him playing outside or inside or alongside an elite halfback like Daly Cherry Evans is going to really take the pressure off Luke. It's going to allow him to basically sit back and do nothing until he feels like doing something, but there's no pressure for him to do anything because there's a half there who's going to do everything. And what I'm trying to work out is, okay, let's say that's the case and Luke basically needs someone to do everything so he can do nothing, which allows him to do something. Yep. Let's just say that is the case and that is the way Luke Brooks can be unlocked is the term. Cherry Evans is 34 years old, and I assume that there is a plan, considering we've signed him for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 years, Luke Brooks that is, that once Cherry Evans is put out to pasture, metaphorically and literally, that Luke Brooks is now going to either need to have another elite halfback brought into the side so that he can continue to do whatever is deemed as like nothing, but something, or he's going to have to start doing the things that he doesn't like to do, which leaves us in a position like the Tigers were apparently in, which is where he was given the keys to the city and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Listen, to that line that, you know, he needs an elite half to run the game for him and kick for him and pass for him, that line of thinking that gets rolled out a lot.
It's pissing me off.
It feels to me, honestly, right? And again, this isn't a personal attack at anyone.
I actually feel sorry for Luke Brooks.
This is just me. This is just me. Yeah, but like, I think no one's done poor old Luke the service of unwrapping him. You know what I mean? Everyone constantly wrap him as this great unfulfilled talent, right? Who's never been able to live up to expectations because of this and this and this and this and this and this. Why didn't you just come out and stop wrapping him and just go? He's like one of the other fucking 80 halves in the comp that are good but not great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with just saying, listen, he's a good player. He's a good player that goes well in a good team. Perfect. Bang. Let's do it like that. Let's just be comfortable saying that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of pretending like he's going to be some fucking unbelievable talent when he's got an unbelievable player on the inside of him. Like, yeah, Cooper Cronk made fucking anyone look good. Like, look at the fucking Storm. They take shit players all the time and turn them into pretty good players.
And then what happens when,
But you could just say that, right?
Yes.
Instead of being like, oh my God, he's like fucking prodigious, but never allowed to reach his
But also
potential.
everyone's like, yeah, but like, look at the fucking price they got him at. And like, he's a 200 gamer. It's like, he's a 200 gamer at a club that has never played fucking finals whilst he's been playing all of those 200 games. He also played with fucking Benji Marshall as his other halfback. So... was he good enough to fucking unlock Luke Brooks? Again, no disrespect to Luke Brooks. This is a question more to the people that are saying it's a really great deal. Was Benji not good enough to unlock him? Or was he too young then? Oh, he got halfback of the year once. Okay, cool. Well, did he back it up again? Or what happened that year? Who was the other gun half the year that he won halfback of the year? Because there must have been, was it Benji then?
At the Tigers.
Yeah. Like, who was the other half that unlocked him that was like,
But also,
thank God he has a world-class half to unlock his potential that seems to be locked away in this little Luke Brooks box?
And then you start asking, like, I thought we got rid of four.
He had Benji that year.
Right. Okay, so he needs to be... He needs a Benji or a Cherry. So by this standards, he's going to win. Was Benji there the year before? Why didn't he do it then?
No, Benji was at the
The problem for me, Tom, and it was the same problem I had on Monday, and the problem is unchanged, is, again, around preparing yourself for the future. What's the fucking future plan here if you're letting someone like Latu go? People go, oh, he's only played 10 reserve grades games. The point is this kid's highly fucking touted. That's just a fact of life. And we seem to be getting rid of the old, the new, or the young rather, in favour of the old. That's how it looks to me. Now you're moving fucking Josh Schuster, friend of the show, nothing against Josh, into the back row. He's on 800 a year, third highest paid back rower in the comp. And you just got
not his fault either.
No. But I'm criticising the club here, being like, I thought we were under salary cap pressures before Monday. Now, Schuster's on 800, 1,000 a year playing in the back row. We've got a fucking half
Jakey
on 660. Jake's on 9. Tommy's on whatever. DC on
1-1.
Now I'm starting to go, well, hang on. How are we affording all this? Hamole's probably fucking cooler, got re-signed.
Hamole's on fucking like 650, maybe less.
Garrick just got re-signed. He'd be on pretty good money, you'd think. So I'm confused now why...
Latu can't have a crack.
Well, no, why we were under salary cap pressure and now we're not.
Well, we
That's
definitely
what I'm
still
confused
are.
by. And I just think that if you're looking at it logically, like we are, we're at least trying to, Cherry Evans has 1, maybe 2 more years. Would it shock anyone legitimately if he came out in fucking 3 weeks after Origin and said, I'm retiring? Would that shock anyone?
No.
Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me.
No.
I don't expect it to happen.
Devastated.
I don't expect it to happen, but it wouldn't shock me. He's fucking 34. He's not that young. Let's say he plays for 2 more years, max. That goes like that. Now what? Now we've got Brooks, the guy who fucking needs elite half around him to perform. Now he's running the show.
What do we do now?
What do we do now? It feels a little bit like slap a Band-Aid on this thing and let's just fucking cross our fingers.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
And hope the Band-Aid sticks for 4 years. How many years? So when Brooks won halfback of the year, he was playing with Benji. When he was rookie of the year, I'm assuming he was probably with Benji then as well. What was 2019? Was Benji still there or had Benji been flicked by the fucking
I think
Tigers?
he might have been flicked. I feel like he was only there for 1 year, but I will look. I'm not going to rely on
No, that's
my
okay.
judgment.
Didn't he go to St. George and then come back for a year
Yeah,
or
he went
two?
to St. George, then he came back, and then he went to South.
It was like Blues. No, then he went to Broncos as well, pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, he went to the Broncos as well. But
Yeah,
I think
he was still there in 2019, Benji.
Right, okay. So he's got 1 year, he's halfback of the year. Okay, like, Is that getting my dick hard? Not really. And it was also 5 years ago, which continues to keep me soft.
Listen, I'm happy to...
Also, the price you're getting him at. Yeah, cool. Like, it's $650,000. That's great. That's not that expensive. Sure.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but it's not that expensive. But, like...
We got rid of Forum for salary cap pressures.
We got rid of Foreign for fucking Schuster. You know? And now Schuster's
The Titans would have got... What the Titans get fucking Foreign for?
Fuck all. 450 probably.
Maybe less. Point is this, punters and dribblers. Tom and I are venting, as is our rugby league right to vent. Now, I wish fucking Luke Brooks all the best. I hope he goes out there and rips and fucking tears and proves everyone wrong.
I can't wait to play you guys' comments about Luke Brooks when he's winning the fucking premiership for you, mate. If he wins a premiership for me, bruh, I'll be fucking sucking his ball sack from the back. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you how I feel right now in real time. You might be some little cuck who's going to fucking come and go, this age well. It's like, well, you didn't fucking have any opinion. Of course I'm going to fucking suck him if we win the comp. I don't think we will. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. Again, well, as on Monday, same fucking comment, and I'll say it again. I think there's other positions that probably needed padding. That's just the long and the short of it. You know what I mean? Maybe a couple of more weapons in the duffel up front, pack stuff. But what do I know? What do I know?
Nothing.
What do I know? Let's just see how this unfolds. I've got theories that I'll keep to myself on how it unfolds.
Yeah.
I've got theories, strong ones.
I got
strong theories on how this unfolds. Keep it to myself, but I've got theories.
But listen, you know what? If it wasn't Manly, let's say it wasn't the Manly Seagulls and I wasn't emotionally tied to the yarn, I'd be happy for Luke Brooks because I think that he probably need to get the fuck out of that shithole, the Tigers. Now, maybe they do say Eddie in the Classics, change as good as a holiday. I personally would not have invited him to holiday at my resort. But now that he's here, I'm going to be hospitable and I'm going to welcome him with open arms.
Well, I'm going to make
papaya.
I'm going to make him a Mai Tai. I'm going to make him a Mai Tai.
You know what I mean? I'm going to fluff his pillows and shit.
100%. I'll even change his mattress if he wants me to.
Well, if he pisses his bed, you're going to have to.
Well, if it's too soft, too hard, too fucking, I don't know, smells wrong.
I'm not going to entertain diva antics at my resort, but I will do whatever I can to make it an enjoyable stay and to help make the stay a fruitful one. You know?
Yeah, well, we want fruit.
We want fruit.
We want fruit delivered by him in the form of premierships.
Yeah.
That's what we do need. That's what we want. That's what we expect. They do say, Tom, you're right, change as good as a holiday. I will say this, though. The punter and the dribbler have an opinion.
Yep.
And it's a scathing one. Now, I'm not saying that they're right. In fact, the punter and the dribbler are almost always wrong. But
I'd say it's like 70, 80 to 20. Say 80, 20.
90, 10.
No, I don't reckon 90. Man, I don't know. I think
85, 15.
I think a lot of current and former like NRL experts are like, this is going to be great. The only one, I was listening to Matty and Cooper, and they weren't really that into it. And they weren't not into it, but they weren't glowing about it. They were like, maybe, I don't know, maybe. And that's the one that I was interested in. And maybe that's because it's confirmation bias and I want it to not be good, even though I do want it to be good, but it's my emotion. But they didn't to me seem like they were particularly glowing. Maybe also Matty, you know, because his boy's there, he doesn't want to get too into it. Like, he wasn't saying it was bad necessarily. But the way that they were talking about it wasn't particularly like, oh, this would be really good. It was like more questions than answers sort of shit. Whereas a lot of people just go, mate, this is great. I'm just like, great? Like, great? The way Fox were writing, it was like, fucking huge coup for Manly. I'm like, stunning coup. I'm like, shut up. Come on.
Stunning coup.
Stunning coup?
Yep. Stunning coup.
That's not a stunning coup.
Well, it's strong language.
Cooper Cronk to the Roosters was a stunning coup.
Yeah. That's a stunning
That's
coup.
a stunning coup.
Tedesco from Tigers again.
To the Roosters.
Stunning
that coup was stunning.
Would you even say Reynolds to the Broncos was stunning? I don't know if I'd use the word stunning.
Listen, I don't know if it was a stunning coup. It was a coup.
It was certainly a coup.
It was a coup. I wouldn't call this a coup.
It was. This
isn't a coup. No. Anyone could have picked him up.
No.
With respect.
And listen, if he was the best thing since sliced bread, he wouldn't still be the Tigers. He would have been. He would have been cooed
by someone else.
He would have been out there 5 or 6 years ago.
Someone would have already cooed.
So let's not talk shit.
No,
because remember, Talk shit, you get hit.
That's right. Let's go through the round of rugby league. Thanks to our good friends at KO again, Edward, because all games are live and ad-free during play. Thursday night, we've got Sharks Dragons. This is sort of a local
Sharks
derby.
will fucking pound them into the earth, I think.
No, it'll be a humping.
I think it'll be a humping of note.
Passionate humping.
Yep.
Warriors, Bunnies at Warriors. I like the Warriors. They're favourites. It's a tough one to pick. Wet weather.
I'm going to go the Warriors just because they're at home. That's the only reason, but it'll be tight, I think.
It'll be tight. We then have on Friday, Storm Panthers at Storm.
Storm, I think, because they're at home, Tom.
I think so too. Again, a fucking tough
Cleary,
game.
obviously. So
Tough game to tip. We move to Saturday, where I remind you, punters and dribblers, every single game live and ad-free on KO. Only place on planet Earth you'll be able to watch these games is on KO Saturday. 1st of July, pinch and a punch for first day of the month, no returns.
Is the Origin team picked this weekend? This Sunday it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it would be at the end of this weekend because next week is a bye round.
Interesting.
There is zero chatter.
No one gives a fuck anymore in New South Wales.
No one gives up. Like,
You know, the biggest question is like, who are they going to get to replace Reece Walsh?
No.
Who, by the way, can I just quickly say that Dave Fafita is one of the shittest witnesses to ever be called to a stand in human history.
Shout out to David Fafita.
That's just so good. I just saw Reece and he said to the ref, told the ref to go get photos. He said it to Pat. You're like that. That's just fucking brilliant.
Listen, going off vibe and vibe alone, my bullshit detector went off when I heard his excuse and when I saw the footage. I'm like,
He went hard though at the lie, at the ruse then.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking came out on Instagram.
deny till you die.
He'll deny it for the rest of his career as well.
Deny till you die. Tried to muddy the waters. I respect the fuck out of it. I respect a good ruse.
Yeah.
He didn't get away with it entirely, but he had a fucking crack. He went down swinging.
Dude, he committed. He got in a suit and he flew down to Sydney. He got witness testimony from fucking two of his boys.
He went
one of them
down
who was one of the worst
swinging.
witnesses of all time. And then they went, sorry, dude, suspended 3 games. So he's at Origin. Does Ponga come back or Brimo? I think it's going to be Brimo. I don't think Ponga comes back. I don't think Billy picks I don't think Billy goes, hey, Ponga, do you want to come back for the fucking game 3?
Yeah, you're probably right. AJ will do a job. Anyway, no one talking about the New South Wales side thought that was interesting.
No one cares.
Literally not a word's been mentioned.
What do we do?
Not a word's muttered.
Luai, I'd be happy to see Jerome Luai go. The defense of him. Defense of Jerome Luai being like, he was getting death threats. It's like, yeah, but he said it to everyone. If you were really wanting it to be about the people giving you death threats, which is obviously heinous, you'd go, to all the motherfuckers sending me death threats, fuck you got work tomorrow, or chill, you got work tomorrow. Like, it
literally gets picked on Monday.
Dude,
and not a word's been said about it.
The way that Reedy on NRL 360, and I love Brent Reed, shout out Brent Reed, friend of the show, but the way he was like, he was saying it to people that gave him death threats. It's like, you've got to be able to see how he didn't say it to people that were giving him death threats. He just said it to everyone. Like, you got to be specific on who you're saying it to.
If he was saying it to people that are giving him death threats, he would have sent it to him in the inbox.
You could have just said it straight back to him. Because I can't see the fucking death threats that he's getting.
What do you mean? He would have sent it straight back to him.
Why wouldn't you just go fucking chill? You got work tomorrow, dude.
You put it on stories.
Yeah.
So let's fucking. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's silly.
Shut up.
It's silly. But I don't think. Like, I'm happy to see a bit of a fucking change. Fuck it off.
Who? Jerome?
Yeah.
Bro, mate. What? You serious? There's no spot for Jerome.
Get Jerome out. Nico in. Cody Walker in. I don't give a fuck. Just change it up. Mitch Moses is sticking around. I think Mitch gets another crack.
Yeah, Mitch will get another crack, I'd say, for sure. I'd even keep Reece Robson.
I'd keep Reece, but I'd do the fucking hooker thing again. Have another crack at it because I'd
be starting Cameron Murray. I'd be starting Liam Martin. I'd be fucking Frizzell off, getting someone else probably.
No, Frizzell's still good, I reckon.
Time to move on.
No, because see, I don't want to be a move on of like, hey, let's just try blood new people because I don't want to get swept. I think Frizzell's good. Remember, like, our forwards weren't even that fucking bad. Our forwards were like, they weren't like, no one was great, but like we were still able to charge down the field. We just have no fucking creativity in attack. So change up the creative cunts. They're probably
But as someone, I was reading comments the other day after Kempy was like, well, New South Wales had all the field advantage. That's because the penalty count was fucking double. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure that was part of it. Obviously, a penalty count comes into it, but it doesn't change the fact that we were also not that bad in the middle. We were okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the edges here, edge back rowers.
Well, sorry, but I just mean the forwards are getting. Look, I like Tyson Frizzell. I don't think he's that bad. I think Tyson's still pretty good. I don't know who the fuck you're bringing in. Like, there's no shitload of people where I'm like, get Tyson out because this guy's ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I'd certainly be starting Liam Martin though. He's all on, and I'll be starting Cameron Murray.
Yeah, same. I'd be
sure.
and bring Isaiah on off the bench if you want to have that. But like, Isaiah's done nothing this series either, and that's no knock on Isaiah.
So centers would be what, Critter and Graham. I suppose.
Trell would be
Trell's
back.
done.
Yeah, Critter and Graham.
Would you get rid of Fox?
For whom?
I'm just curious. People are throwing that around.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just more like, again, I don't have anyone popping straight into my head, but like, if I knew who you would get.
What about fullback? Would you bring in Gutho or Edwards or something?
I don't know that I would.
No, but I'm saying perfect world. Obviously, Teddy will stay. He'll retain 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I actually wouldn't. Teddy has been shit, and were Trell or Tommy available, I would. But they're not. Like, I don't think Gutho and
Edwards
are like, oh, fuck, you're not getting like a shitload better option.
Drinkwater?
Nah.
He hasn't done enough of it. He's good. Scotty Drink's good, and also like a
Dill
smooth
Edwards is
boy.
better than Drink.
Yeah.
At least on form, anyway.
There's people talking Alex Johnston if you're going to do a wing spot.
Nah. Sorry, AJ.
But then, not really anyone else. I mean, Tupou's played a few, but he's not as good
it's not
anymore.
changed. He's been out injured. It's not going to fucking change him. Mate, like Suoliti, has he done anything? Not really.
It's funny. Like
How quickly it dries up.
It's funny. Seriously, after 2 losses like that, you start to look at our side and you get the yick a little bit. Like you just do. Don't listen. If you're from New South Wales, tell me I'm fucking lying.
Like we aren't rolling that deep.
We're looking at that. You start looking at that side and you start going, "Fuck, dude." I like literally like sky blue fucking coloured glasses the start before game 1. I was like, our side is fucking unbeatable.
Yeah, unbeatable.
Now I'm like, dude, you're like fucking old.
What is going on? We move on. Raiders, Titans.
Raiders.
I think Raiders also. That is at Raiders. It'll be nice and chilly. Cows, Tigers, rematch. Obviously, the Tigers fucked them
I reckon
up.
Cows pump them.
I think Cows fuck them up as well, Eddie. Broncos, Fish.
Fish. I like the Fish.
Broncos are a bit out of form.
Like the Fish
I don't
in
mind the
this.
Fishies getting up.
Sean O'Sullivan back as well, Tom, for the Dolphs.
Yeah, a couple of players out for the Bronx.
He was red hot to start the year. Obviously, did his pec, did he?
I think so, yes.
And like you say, a couple of boys out for the Bronx. I think the Dolphins can fucking
Get over them.
get the jump at the Gabba, mate.
Dogs, Knights.
I'm going to go with the Knights because we
Draw.
just interviewed Millie Boyle.
We did. Millie Boyle, a fucking legend, by the way. That'll come out in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with you on that one.
Yeah, and her man, the sheriff, our friend of the show.
Plays for the Knights.
I'm not going to walk past that, Omen. And in fact,
maybe even at any time.
he'll be any
the
time.
Sheriff.
As soon as this fucking potty's over, I'm going to put that on before I forget.
Yep, and then to round out, Manly v. the Roosters. Manly, I like here. Real big fan.
Mate, even the bookies like us.
Club
which says
turmoil.
which says a lot about the Roosters.
Club in turmoil, backs to the wall.
That's why we like our backs.
Yeah.
On the wall.
Jakey Turbo back. Benny Turbo back.
Jakey, mate, honestly, do not underestimate punters and dribblers the power of having Jake back. Like, that motherfucker just shores up the middle. He gets everyone snapping. We all snap together as one. And then we got the cattle to score points.
So snaps a lot. Shout out to Jake Duke for shouting us out. Shout out to you, Jake Duke.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
So Manly win and win well.
Manly win and win well. That's us. We will see you Friday night this week for our live stream, which is Melbourne Penrith. We've got the great Gurino joining us. We'll also be on SEN. And obviously, punters and dribblers, before we go, if you haven't already heard our chat with our dear friends at the Batuta Advocate, you can listen to that now on SEN's app. It'll be on there, the podcast, and the full video version will be out on our YouTube Sunday, 6 p.m. But if you haven't heard it now, go listen to it. Batuta, they're obviously yarning to us about their new show, Batuta Presents, which is on Paramount Plus right now. Very funny stuff, very good stuff from the boys. We love the boys. Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?